Chapter 1. East Blue. Shimotsuki Village. In the One Heart Dojo. A competition is going on right now. Test both sides. A handsome girl about 10 years old and a naughty boy with green hair and a naughty expression on his face. Led by a middle-aged samurai with black ponytails and glasses, the two contestants are holding a simple pre-competition ceremony in front of the altar. Salute to the altar. Bow to each other. The competition begins. Well, this is. Standing next to the apprentice team, Lin Meng, who was watching the competition in the dojo, suddenly had a similar scene in the back of his mind. In an instant, Lin Meng came back to his senses, a flash of understanding flashed in his eyes. Traveled to the world of One Piece. I am now an apprentice who has just joined Yixin Dojo. Well, that's not accurate. I should be Suhui who was reborn in the world of One Piece and has never been able to wake up from her previous life. Until now, I met the young Zoro in the Yixin Dojo, and the first match with Kuina, the familiar scene, let me wake up the past life Sui. Although Lin Meng was not a pirate fan in his previous life, he had roughly watched One Piece anime. So when I saw a familiar scene, the memory deep in my mind was stimulated, and I suddenly realized the past and present. One Piece world, this is not a safe world. Pirates are rampant, and the strong are rampant. Even Marine, who claims to be righteous, only maintains the corrupt justice under the world's political corruption order. Only by strengthening yourself and becoming a strong person, can you have the qualifications to live freely and comfortably in this world. Thoughts surged, relying on past life memories, Lin Meng had a general understanding of the world of One Piece. In the world of One Piece, it is not easy for ordinary people to become strong. Unless you're lucky enough to eat a powerful devil fruit, there are only two ways to do it, physical skills and kendo. Fortunately, I am now in the Yixin Dojo, and I can learn the way of swords. But, am I talented enough to practice swordsmanship? Looking at his immature hands, Lin Meng thought to himself. He is only 10 years old now, and he has just entered the Yixin Dojo and started to get in touch with swordsmanship. But Lin Meng is very clear that without enough talent, it is very difficult to achieve something in kendo. You have understood the previous life and the present life, and you have received a gift from the original world, and you have obtained the heaven-defying level understanding talent. At this moment, a message flashed in Lin Meng's mind. Immediately after, Lin Meng only felt refreshed mentally, and his brain felt very refreshed and relaxed, as if some kind of shackles had been broken. Heaven-defying level perception talent. Haha, this should be my cheat. Lin Meng clenched his excited hands, took a few deep breaths, and suppressed the uncontrollable excitement in his heart. After a while, Lin Meng breathed a sigh of relief, calmed down, and thought about how to use the heaven-defying level of comprehension talent to strengthen himself. It hurts. Damn it, don't underestimate me, I will definitely defeat you. At this time, the young Zoro, who fell to the ground after being slashed heavily on the forehead by the Kuina bamboo sword, shouted unwillingly. Lin Meng also came back to his senses and looked over. Although the young Zoro was full of resignation, but failed to kick the gym, he still kept his promise and joined the Yixin Dojo. Okay, Kuina, you take the apprentices and start today's sword training. Shimotsuki Koshiro squinted his eyes and said to Kuina after a farce of kicking the pavilion. Although Kuina is only 10 years old, she has lived in a dojo since she was a child and practiced swordsmanship since she was a child, so her strength is so good that even adults can't beat her. He is qualified enough to teach apprentices how to practice swordsmanship. Okay, father. Kuina responded. Then he walked to the apprentices in the dojo and began to teach the apprentices the practice of swordsmanship. Zoro, who had just been defeated by her, put away his stubborn expression at this moment, and listened to Kuina's teaching seriously. Lin Meng stood among the apprentices, holding a bamboo sword in his hand, listening to Kuina's teaching, and began to practice swordsmanship. In the practice of swordsmanship, Lin Meng is also groping for how to use the heaven-defying level comprehension talent. Soon he discovers the use of heaven-defying savvy talents. After having specific relevant knowledge or information as a basis, the heaven-defying level of comprehension talent can give him an epiphany, and his perception can deduce new content or knowledge. And perfectly adapted to himself. Just like the practice of swordsmanship. You have listened to the knowledge of basic swordsmanship practice, and you have comprehended the Lin Meng version of basic swordsmanship. After being taught by Kuina, with the blessing of understanding, Lin Meng has fully mastered the basics of swordsmanship. Moreover, according to his own specific situation, he can adjust it to the most suitable swordsmanship practice method for his own situation. Although it is only basic swordsmanship, in the world of One Piece, this is also a way to become a strong man. As a time traveler, Lin Meng from the ordinary world, the first time he came into contact with this extraordinary power that can strengthen himself, he immediately fell into it completely. Because every time he wields a bamboo sword and practices swordsmanship, Lin Meng can clearly feel that he is getting stronger little by little. This feeling of growing stronger made him want to stop. I remember the division of strong swordsmanship in anime, it seems to be swordsman, swordsman, and great swordsman. And if you want to step from a swordsman to a swordsman, you need to understand the breadth of all things before you can become a swordsman who cuts iron. 99 out of 10 swordsmen are stopped at this level. Everything breathes, how can I realize that everything breathes? While wielding the sword to practice swordsmanship, Lin Meng recalled information about swordsmanship practice in the previous One Piece anime in his mind. If you want to go further in swordsmanship practice, then you can't get around the hurdle of comprehending the breadth of all things. So while Lin Meng was practicing swordsmanship with his sword, he constantly adjusted his breathing, calmed down, and carefully comprehended all the information in swordsmanship practice. Zoro is worthy of being the child of an old friend. His swordsmanship talent is very good. Under Kuina's first teaching, he has gradually started to get started. Not bad. Shimotsuki Kojiro, sitting cross-legged under the altar, watched Zoro's swordsmanship gradually getting started, nodded in satisfaction, and then turned his eyes to other apprentices. Every time I swing the sword, it can give people a natural feeling, such a powerful swordsmanship talent and understanding. This is simply the seed of a great swordsman. Suddenly, Shimotsuki Kojiro's eyes froze, and he looked at Lin Meng, who had entered a state of ecstasy among the apprentices, and exclaimed in his heart. He is Lin Meng who just joined the dojo today, a child of the villagers of Shimotsuki village. I didn't expect real dragons to emerge from the children of the villagers. I found a treasure. Shimotsuki Kojiro was overjoyed. Yixin Dojo, established in Shimotsuki village. Most of the villagers in the village will send their children to the dojo to learn swordsmanship. However, most of the villagers' children have mediocre talents in swordsmanship. Unexpectedly, an apprentice with such a heaven-defying talent in swordsmanship would appear today. You must know that Zoro, who inherited his old friend's talent in swordsmanship, is just getting started in swordsmanship at this moment. And Lin Meng's swordsmanship is not only an introduction, but also embarked on his own path of swordsmanship. This is very rare. Many swordsmen have practiced for a lifetime, but have not been able to find their own way of swordsmanship. And just when Shimotsuki Kojiro looked at Lin Meng and nodded slightly in satisfaction. Suddenly, under the glasses, his slightly squinted eyes suddenly opened, and he looked at Lin Meng in disbelief. Everything breathes. How can this be? Chapter 2. Based on basic swordsmanship, you feel your own breathing and everything around you, you feel the rhythm of the breathing of all things, and you comprehend the breathing of all things. Hey, is this what it feels like to comprehend the breath of all things? Sure enough, my guess is correct, the breath of all things of swordsman Zhantai is related to Haki. Maybe I can awaken observation Haki again through the comprehension of the breath of all things. Lin Meng, who slowly swings the bamboo sword, feels the rhythm of the bamboo sword dancing in the air. The breath emanating from the bamboo sword. The track and breath of the dust in the air. The breathing, heartbeat, emotions, etc. of the apprentices around. Everything appeared in Lin Meng's perception at this moment. This feeling reminded Lin Meng of the description of observation Haki in the world of One Piece in his memory. Therefore, after realizing the breath of all things, he guessed that it was related to observation Haki. Therefore, Lin Meng's practice of swordsmanship did not stop. Concentrate, and continue to perceive all the information around you on the basis of perceiving the breath of all things. Try to awaken his observation Haki. At this moment, Lin Meng's spirit seemed to be dispersed into thousands of threads, carefully checking everything around him. You have an epiphany through the breathing of all things and information related to observation Haki, and you have comprehended the top observation Haki information detection. Top observation Haki information detection. Through observation Haki, you can detect information about various things. Top observation Haki. Lin Meng was overjoyed when he realized that he had comprehended the top observation Haki. Observation Haki is the power to strongly feel the other person's voice. Through observation Haki, it is possible to extract the position and number of enemies outside the field of vision, as well as the actions that the opponent may take in the next moment. However, this is only the ability of ordinary observation Haki, and its scope and strength vary from person to person. On this basis, there is also the ability to predict the future and feel the other party's thinking and emotions. Observation Haki is an observation Haki that conveys the user's own consciousness to others, and can even change the other's values and ideology. These observation Haki with special abilities can only be possessed by those who have awakened top observation Haki. And now, Lin Meng comprehends and awakens observation Haki, which is at the top level. Information detection. The color of knowledge and knowledge that did not appear in the original work is my own top observation Haki. Looking at the memory, there is no relevant information in the One Piece anime that Lin Meng has watched. However, there are fewer people who can awaken the top observation Haki than conquerors. Different people have different types of awakened top observation Haki. Moreover, the One Piece animation is only a world unfolded from the vision of the protagonist Luffy and his gang, and the information revealed is definitely not comprehensive. Lin Meng is very pleasantly surprised when he realizes his own top observation Haki. Under the heaven-defying comprehension, Lin Meng understood the color of knowledge and the ability of information detection in an instant. Name, Roronoa Zoro S*X, male age, 8 years old strength, introduction to swordsman ability, basic swordsmanship. Name, Shimotsuki Kuina gender, female age, 10 years old strength, advanced swordsman ability, basic swordsmanship. Lin Meng's knowledge swept over Zoro and Kuina. The basic information of the two flashed through his mind one by one. This is only the initial application of the color of knowledge and information detection ability. My current observation Haki ability, can I detect the situation of Mr. Kojiro? Lin Meng thought about it. Still maintaining the state of practicing swords. It's just that his observation Haki has spread out, sweeping past where Shimotsuki Kojiro is. Name, Shimotsuki Kojiro S*X, male age, 36 strength, great swordsman abilities, Yixin Liu swordsmanship, breath of all things, observation Haki, advanced, armament Haki, advanced emission. As observation Haki scanned Shimotsuki Kojiro, basic information about him flashed in Lin Meng's mind. I actually found out about Mr. Kojiro's information. As expected of top observation Haki. Great swordsman, Mr. Kojiro's strength is about the same as I guessed. Lin Meng felt emotional in his heart. His observation Haki has just realized the awakening, and in terms of scope and strength, it can only be regarded as just reaching the primary observation Haki level. However, in terms of quality, the top observation Haki is full as soon as it wakes up. Not only that, Lin Meng can feel that his knowledge and information detection still has a lot of potential to be tapped. This feeling. It's observation Haki. Could it be that Lin Meng is born observation Haki awakened? If that's the case, it's no wonder that he can reach the realm of comprehending the breadth of all things when he just came into contact with swordsmanship. But even so, this talent is terrifying. Shimotsuki Kojiro, who was sitting cross-legged, was slightly aware of the observation Haki aura exuded by Lin Meng, and a gleam of light flashed through his slightly squinted eyes. Just now he was taken aback by Lin Meng's sudden comprehension of the breadth state of all things. After all, as soon as he came into contact with swordsmanship practice, he directly comprehended the breadth of all things and reached the realm of iron-slaying swordsman. A little too scary indeed. But now knowing that Lin Meng may be born to awaken observation Haki, Shimotsuki Kojiro is relieved instead. As a great swordsman, he certainly knows that there is a connection between the breadth of all things and observation Haki. In this way, even if Lin Meng's terrifying aptitude still shocked him, it was still within his understanding. At this moment, Shimotsuki Kojiro looked at the young figure of Lin Meng who was practicing swordsmanship. It felt as if I was witnessing the gradual rise of a top powerhouse who would surely become famous in the sea in the future. Lin Meng, Zoro, you two come with me. Others, you can leave. After the morning sword practice is over, Shimotsuki Kojiro called Lin Meng and Zoro. The other apprentices left Yixin Dojo and went back to their homes. Lin Meng and Zoro followed Shimotsuki Kojiro to the bottom of the altar, and Kuina also stood aside, watching curiously. Lin Meng, Zoro, are you two willing to truly enter the Yixin Dojo and become my closed disciples? Shimotsuki Kojiro said with a smile. Really? Lin Meng's eyes brightened slightly. When he heard Shimotsuki Kojiro call him before, Lin Meng already had a guess in his mind. Most of the Yixin Dojo apprentices are actually just dojo apprentices. Worship into the dojo, learn a move and a half, and use it for self-defense. On top of this, there are also closed disciples who are dedicated to worship under the master Shimotsuki Kojiro. Not only can you learn various core knowledge such as Yixin Liu swordsmanship, which is the core of Yixin Dojo, but also the closed disciples have the right to inherit the dojo. Of course, Lin Meng has no idea about the inheritance of Yixin Dojo for the time being. However, if you inherit Yixin Dojo, do you want to marry Kuina? Although he had no idea for the time being, Lin Meng still looked at Kuina curiously. At this time, Kuina also looked at her father, Shimotsuki Kojiro, in surprise. Unexpectedly, he would accept Lin Meng and Zoro as closed disciples. So Kuina looked at Lin Meng and Zoro curiously. Green algae head looks like a naughty fool. Lin Meng, I didn't notice it before, she looks very sunny, and has an attractive temperament. Kuina couldn't help commenting in her heart. When she looked at Lin Meng, she happened to meet Lin Meng's gaze, and her cheeks suddenly flushed slightly. Humph, there's no need to ask, haven't I already joined your sect? The young Zoro said very bluntly, and then looked at Kuina with fighting spirit. I will practice as hard as I can, and then I will definitely defeat you. Lin Meng also nodded slightly, yes. He had no resistance to having Shimotsuki Kojiro as his teacher. Shimotsuki Kojiro's great swordsman's strength is currently enough to be his teacher. What's more, according to my memory, Shimotsuki Kojiro doesn't have many rules. Okay, then according to the order of getting started, Lin Meng, you join before Zoro, you are his senior brother. Shimotsuki Kojiro squinted and said with a smile, but was interrupted by Zoro before he could finish. Teacher, I don't agree. If you want to be my senior brother, you must defeat me first. Until I beat that woman, I won't lose to anyone again. Chlorella said with a fighting spirit on his young and stubborn face. At the same time, he looked at Lin Meng with provocative eyes, wanting to compete. Chapter 3. Shimotsuki Kojiro looked at the fighting spirit of Zoro, turned his head slightly, and smiled speechlessly. But he knew that Lin Meng had just comprehended the breadth of all things and reached the realm of the Iron Swordsman. Even though Lin Meng is still young, his physique and strength are not enough to support the level of Iron Slayer swordsman. But this is not something that ordinary swordsmen can challenge. What's more, Zoro is just a swordsman just getting started. But Shimotsuki Kojiro can't tell Zoro directly. So he looked at Lin Meng and asked with a smile, Lin Meng, what do you think? Noticing Shimotsuki Kojiro's faint smile when he looked at him, Lin Meng's heart tightened inexplicably. Ms. Kojiro should have discovered that I have comprehended the breadth of all things and reached the level of the Iron Swordsman. As expected of a great swordsman, his perception is so sharp. Although he didn't say it explicitly, Lin Meng was sure in his heart that Shimotsuki Kojiro already knew. But it doesn't matter, Lin Meng didn't intend to hide it originally. Appropriately displaying strength and talent can obtain better growth and development resources. Otherwise, Shimotsuki Kojiro would not accept him as a closed disciple now. Yes, Mr. Kojiro. Lin Meng nodded. Shimotsuki Kojiro smiled and said, haha, well then, you have to show mercy later. Damn it, teacher, don't you like me at all? Zoro was immediately upset. He knew before that Lin Meng, like him, only joined the Yixin Dojo today. He was just a year or two older than him. But so what? He, Zoro, was a bully who beat all the invincible opponents in the village before. Among the peers, except for Kuina, they have never been defeated. Therefore, when he heard that Shimotsuki Kojiro asked Lin Meng to show mercy to him, Zoro was annoyed and very upset. I plan to defeat Lin Meng later and become his senior brother. Father is so optimistic about Lin Meng, isn't it too arbitrary? Kuina at the side looked at Lin Meng with some differences. Before competing with Zoro, although she easily defeated Zoro, she still recognized Zoro's strength. The arrogance of Clorella's head is not something other apprentices of the same age in the dojo can handle. In Kuina's view, Zoro surpasses all the apprentices in the current dojo with his brutal physical fitness alone. As for Lin Meng, Kuina has some impression that he is the child of a villager in Shimotsuki village. Although he looks handsome and sunny, his qualifications should be similar to those of other villagers' children, not to mention that he has just learned swordsmanship. In this case, the two sides actually fought mainly by physical force. How could Lin Meng defeat Zoro? Now my lord father actually asked Lin Meng to show mercy to Zoro's subordinate Lin? This surprised Kuina very much. What's special about you? Kuina looked at Lin Meng curiously. Salute to the altar. Bow to each other. The competition begins. After completing the simple swordsman competition etiquette, Lin Meng held the bamboo sword in his hand and waved it twice to signal Zoro to attack first. Damn it, how dare you look down on me and watch me teach you a lesson. Holding the bamboo sword in both hands, Zoro put on an offensive posture, looking at Lin Meng's contemptuous demeanor, his eyes gleamed fiercely. He was not polite, relying on brute force, swung the bamboo swords in both hands, and attacked Lin Meng one after the other. At this moment, Lin Meng closed his eyes, and under the perception of observation Haki, he noticed Zoro's every move. The body moved half a step slightly to the right, easily dodging Zoro's attack. Afterwards, Lin Meng picked up the bamboo sword lightly, and slashed down from top to bottom, seemingly slowly but firmly. Boom! The same as Kuina's attack position before, the bamboo sword fell heavily on the center of Zoro's forehead in an instant. The next moment, Zoro was knocked down to the ground, and the bamboo swords in both hands fell off and fell to the ground. Lin Meng 1 point, stop here. Shimotsuki Kojiro announced. Damn it, I failed again. Zoro was very unwilling. But he is also very straightforward, without a trace of discouragement said, Brother Lin Meng, I will practice with all my strength, and I will definitely win back next time. Okay, I'll wait for you. Lin Meng smiled at Kite. Very good, with backbone. Shimotsuki Kojiro looked at Zoro approvingly and said. But he knew in his heart that with Lin Meng's terrifying swordsmanship, as long as he didn't fall for himself halfway, it would be very difficult for Zoro to catch up. Lin Meng defeated Zoro so easily. Did he learn swordsmanship before? Besides, he closed his eyes just now, and he could detect Zoro's attack more easily when he closed his eyes. What's going on? Seeing Lin Meng beat Zoro so easily, Kuina was very surprised, but also had many doubts in his mind. So she asked Shimotsuki Kojiro directly, My lord, why did Lin Meng notice Zoro's attack even though he just closed his eyes? That's right, Lin Meng beat me with his eyes closed just now. Zoro also came back to his senses, with an unbelievable look on his face. Shimotsuki Kojiro explained, that is a kind of Haki, observation Haki, which can perceive and predict the opponent's actions. Father, can I learn this observation Haki? Kuina's eyes lit up immediately. Zoro also hastily pricked up his ears to listen. Yes. Shimotsuki Kojiro was silent for a moment, and said, however, if you want to learn Haki, you need a strong body. You are still too young, so grow your body first and stabilize your foundation. Haki is not what you are thinking about now. As for Lin Meng. Shimotsuki Kojiro paused and looked at Lin Meng. Lin Meng nodded. Shimotsuki Kojiro nodded, and continued, Lin Meng should be a natural observation Haki awakener. This kind of situation is very rare, so I don't use it for reference. Does Mr. Kojiro think that I am a born observation Haki awakener? That's fine, I don't need to explain too much about the origin of observation Haki. Listening to Shimotsuki Kojiro's explanation, Lin Meng nodded secretly. Is it natural? That's great. Kuina glanced at Lin Meng enviously, and thought firmly in her heart, I must also learn the power of Haki as soon as possible. Damn it, so I lost like this. Zoro clenched his small fist and looked at Lin Meng full of fighting spirit. Lin Meng, when I learn this observation Haki, I will definitely defeat you. Lin Meng nodded, yes, I'll wait for you. Lin Meng, you are born to awaken observation Haki, this is your talent. At this time, Shimotsuki Kojiro looked at Lin Meng and said seriously, but Haki is the use of potential power deep in the body. A strong body can better support the use of Haki. You are too young now, and your body is still immature. You must not overuse Haki power, otherwise it will only deplete your own potential. Lin Meng nodded, I see, Teacher Kojiro. Indeed, a 10-year-old body hasn't grown up yet and isn't strong enough. Lin Meng looked at the immature hands and thought in his heart, I need a way to strengthen my physical fitness. Chapter 4. Kuina, are you going to see if lunch is ready? Shimotsuki Kojiro looked at Kuina and said. Then he turned his head to look at Lin Meng and Zoro, and continued, it's noon, you stay in the dojo to eat today, and you can come to the dojo for dinner later. There are still a lot of empty rooms in the dojo, and you can live in the dojo if you want. After the words fell, Shimotsuki Kojiro smiled and looked at Lin Meng and Zoro. Zoro was entrusted to him after his old friend passed away. If it wasn't for him to lead the way secretly, it would be very difficult for Zoro to find the location of Yixin Dojo smoothly with Zoro's road crazy degree. As for Lin Meng, he also asked the dojo to learn more about it. Lin Meng is indeed a child of Shimotsuki Village. His family's ancestors came from the country of flowers in West Blue, and they were displaced by shipwreck in Shimotsuki Village, so they settled here. After the third generation, Lin Meng is already an out-and-out Shimotsuki villager. And the current situation of Lin Meng is similar to that of Zoro, he is also an orphan. That's why Shimotsuki Kojiro said so. It goes without saying that I have already joined your dojo. Zoro echoed stiffly. But Lin Meng could see that Zoro was just pretending to be tough. Lin Meng smiled and also cried, okay, teacher Kojiro. Lin Meng already understands his current situation. His parents in this life, his mother died of illness when he was young. His father was a fisherman. Unfortunately, he encountered a pirate and was killed when he went fishing a week ago. So currently he is orphaned. That's why he didn't resist Shimotsuki Kojiro, his teacher. For a period of time in the future, under the protection of Shimotsuki Kojiro, who has the strength of a great swordsman, he can grow up with peace of mind. During lunch. While eating, Lin Meng felt the process of food entering the stomach from the esophagus, being digested into the nutrients needed by the body, and then absorbed by the body. At the same time, I was thinking about various thoughts and ideas about eating to strengthen my body in the novels and anime I read in my previous life. Eat 7 points and practice 3 points. At the current stage, Lin Meng understands that eating is the best way to improve quickly and build a strong body. So, while eating, I felt the operation of the digestive system in the body. Soon a glimmer of insight flooded into his mind. By perceiving the operation of the human digestive system and combining some whimsical ideas, you have an epiphany, and you have realized the primordial food. Food element art. By swallowing a large amount of food, you can quickly improve your physical fitness while consolidating your foundation and cultivating your energy. The name of Yuan Shisha was chosen by Lin Meng himself. Lin Meng can make a name for himself through the heaven-defying level of comprehension talent, new abilities or knowledge of practice, etc. that he comprehends. That's right, with Yuanji, I can quickly strengthen this immature body. Lin Meng whispered in his heart. After creating a method that can improve physical fitness, Lin Meng is also relieved. In this way, even a young body cannot stop him from becoming stronger. Why are you all looking at me? Come back to God from the perception of creating the law. Lin Meng noticed that Kuina, Zoro, and Shimotsuki Kojiro were all looking at him in surprise, and felt puzzled. That's right, in order to perceive the body's digestive system, I ate so much food before I knew it during the process of creating the food element. No wonder, they look at me like a monster. After thinking about it for a while, Lin Meng understood, with a helpless smile on his face. Damn it, I even lost to you in eating. Zoro was very unwilling. After losing to Lin Meng in a swordsmanship competition, Zoro wants to surpass him in eating. Unexpectedly, he even lost to Lin Meng when he was good at eating. Two idiots. Kuina sighed speechlessly. Haha, it's good to be able to eat. Shimotsuki Kojiro said with a smile. After dinner, Lin Meng left Yixin Dojo and came to a remote cabin near the sea in Shimotsuki Village. This is his original home. Although I am apprentice to Shimotsuki Kojiro, I can live in Yixin Dojo in the future. But Lin Meng did not intend to give up the original wooden house. Back at the wooden house, Lin Meng couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief when he was alone. Traveling, awakening Suhui. Acquire heaven-defying level perception talent. Teacher Shimotsuki Kojiro. Lin Meng began to slowly review what happened in the morning in his mind. At the same time, he is also thinking about what to do next. Possessing a heaven-defying level of comprehension innate talent, when he first came into contact with swordsmanship, he comprehended the breadth of all things and reached the realm of iron-slaying swordsman. And now he has also created the food element technique, which can quickly strengthen the body through eating. Lin Meng is very clear that as long as he is given enough time to grow and develop, it will not be a problem to become a general of the pirate world, or even aspire to overthrow the world. But, are these enough? Lin Meng asked himself. One Piece world, even Gold Roger, the One Piece king who dominated an era, was tortured to death by illness. As strong as Whitebeard, when he gets old, he will also be weak and weak. He can only become a remnant of the old era and die tragically. Even Kuina, who died ridiculously by falling down the stairs. Human life is tenacious, yet so fragile and short. Lin Meng sighed deeply as he recalled the final endings of those famous and powerful players in the world of One Piece in the anime. I have such a heaven-defying savvy talent, and I can become a so-called general-level powerhouse and dominate the sea just by following the steps, but that would be a waste of my talent. At this moment, Lin Meng already had a decision in his heart. I want to create a way to live forever in this world. I not only want to crown the power of the world, but also want eternal life. Having found the goal of struggle, at this moment, the light shining in Lin Meng's eyes is like a scorching flame, which will last for a long time. Chapter 5. After a while, Lin Meng slowly closed his eyes and fell into silence. He began to think about how to gradually accomplish his goal of creating the longevity method. It's a good idea after all. But the world of One Piece is obviously a world that only cultivates S**x but not life. Whether it's demon fruit power, physique masters, or swordsmen, they all only seek to polish and improve their physical haki to gain more powerful combat power. Basically, I don't think about whether I can practice to obtain longevity, or even longevity. So there is very little spiritual knowledge about how to live longer or even live longer. From what I can remember in my head, Lin Meng knew that Dr. Kurha of Drum Island should have lived for a long time. Obviously, medical skills should be helpful for him to create the longevity method. Secondly, Lin Meng knows that OPOP fruit surgery for immortality is related to longevity. OPOP fruit, and even various kinds of devil fruit, can be used as materials for him to create longevity methods. Healing and devil fruit. Devil fruit is temporarily difficult to obtain. At present, maybe we can find a breakthrough in medical skills first. Lin Meng whispered in his heart, and had a preliminary idea. But, although I have a preliminary idea of creating the longevity method. But Lin Meng did not rush to search for medical knowledge. Instead, he drove a small fishing boat to the sea, intending to fish. Because Lin Meng is very clear that at this stage, what he needs is to strengthen himself as soon as possible. As for advanced medical knowledge and devil fruit, it will be easier to obtain and hold on to after they become stronger. After all, this is a chaotic and turbulent world of One Piece where the strong are respected. Before there is no strength to suppress the sea, strength must always come first. If you want to be strong, the normal 3 meals a day are obviously not enough. I need to get more food. Standing on the fishing boat, Lin Meng rubbed his stomach. The food eaten at noon has been digested and absorbed by the food element technique. The nutrition obtained slightly improved his physical fitness, but it was not enough. Lin Meng also needs more food, and the best source of food is the sea. It just so happened that Lin Meng was a fisherman's child, and he had learned proficient fishing skills long ago. Looking at the endless ocean, Lin Meng thought for a while, recalling all kinds of fishing knowledge in his mind. You have reviewed your fishing knowledge and gained new insight, and your fishing skills have reached an advanced level. Immediately, Lin Meng had a new understanding of fishing. Looking at the ocean, he paused for a moment, found the right direction, and threw the fishing net directly. As the fishing net fell into the sea, the next moment, the calm sea rolled. Worthy of advanced fishing skills, this is the catch. Lin Meng was so excited that he grabbed the fishing net and pulled back the big fish he had caught. Soon, he saw a 3-meter-long blue-scale tuna that weighed 300 to 400 catties trapped in the fishing net. It's such a big fish, eating this one meal will definitely make me a lot stronger. Lin Meng was very happy to catch such a big tuna. With such powerful fishing skills, he will be able to obtain enough food for growth in a steady stream. And at this stage, food is the source of strength for him. With the blue-scale tuna, Lin Meng returned to Shimotsuki Village smoothly. Beside his wooden house, a fire is set up, and the processed blue-scale tuna is roasted on the fire. After a while, the rich aroma of grilled fish emanated from the blue-scale tuna. After the blue-scale tuna is grilled, Lin Meng starts to feast on it. As the fish is swallowed into the mouth, the food element technique operates to digest and decompose the food. Lin Meng could only feel that his stomach and intestines were warm under the operation of the food element technique, and at the same time, there was a warm current flowing through his meridians, flowing into his limbs and bones. Under the powerful observation Haki perception, Lin Meng could clearly feel his body getting stronger bit by bit. The effect of Yuan Shijutsu is good. It is worthy of me that I created it according to the idea of Laihoku Immortal Thief. Lin Meng nodded in satisfaction. When creating Yuan Shiju, he referred to the idea in his mind about Laihoku Xian Thief, one of the 8 wonders in the one-man anime. In fact, Lin Meng originally planned to directly reproduce Laihoku Immortal Thief. It's just the time for a meal, the time for comprehension is too short. In addition, in different worlds, some rules are different, and his accumulation of relevant knowledge is not enough. So in the end, a compromise was created to create a food element technique with a part of the effect of the Laihoku Fairy Thief. I didn't expect that the effect of Yuan Shiju, which was just a compromise, would be so good. Lin Meng believes that if he is given a little more time and more knowledge, he will be able to create a pirate version of Laihoku Immortal Thief. At that time, the absorption and transformation effect of his body's digestive system will be stronger, and the speed of strengthening will be faster. Smells good, what a big fish. Lin Meng, you ate so much for lunch, aren't you full yet? Kuina approached and looked at the 300 to 400 catties of blue-scale tuna and the Lin Meng feasting on the fire, with a look of incomparable surprise on his face. From time to time, he looked at Lin Meng's stomach. She was very puzzled, why didn't Lin Meng's belly bulge after eating so much food? Kuina, what's the matter? Lin Meng smiled and handed over a piece of fish, come, eat some. Well, it's delicious. Kuina took the grilled fish, ate it casually, and couldn't help but praise it. Afterwards, Kuina stood by the fire, looked at Lin Meng, wanted to speak, but didn't know what to say, and fell into silence with some confusion. Tell me, if there is anything I can help, I will definitely help. Lin Meng noticed Kuina's entanglement, couldn't help but smiled, actually had a guess in his heart, and asked. Kuina's cheeks were slightly red, and she mustered up her courage to say, Lin Meng, can you teach me how to awaken observation Haki? Awaken observation Haki. Lin Meng smiled, he guessed that Kuina came to him for this. My observation Haki is awakened by myself, but if you want to teach people to awaken, it is best to have a step-by-step practice method. After thinking for a while, Lin Meng thought, and at the same time realized it immediately. You realize observation Haki yourself, you comprehend the practice of observation Haki. A moment later, Lin Meng reversed with his observation Haki. With the blessing of heaven-defying comprehension, he quickly comprehended a set of observation Haki practice methods. No, can't you? Noticing the delay in Lin Meng's response, Kuina murmured in frustration. Kuina has been making unremitting efforts to become stronger, just to prove to her father that even if there is a gender difference, she can still become a great swordsman. Seeing Lin Meng using observation Haki today, this kind of magical power immediately made her eyes shine. And determined to learn observation Haki, so she came to find Lin Meng alone. Can. Just when Kuina was frustrated and about to give up, Lin Meng spoke slowly. Really? Kuina suddenly looked at Lin Meng in surprise. Yes, but I have one condition. Lin Meng looked at Kuina and said with a smile. Chapter 6. What condition? Noticed that Lin Meng was looking up and down at himself, Kuina suddenly felt a little stiff and hot, and asked with reddish cheeks. Haha, don't worry, I won't eat you again. Lin Meng was curious when he found that Kuina was shy after being swept away by his gaze. He didn't expect that Kuina, who had always kept a straight face and maintained the air of a high-cold senior sister in the dojo, would have such a side. But Lin Meng also knew that too much is too late, so he quickly said with a smile, actually, the condition is very simple. I want to study medicine. Can you help me get some medical books? Are you studying medicine? Hearing that it was not too demanding, Kuina felt relieved, but felt a little bit lost in her heart for some reason. Lin Meng swallowed a mouthful of fish meat and said with a smile, why, can't it? Yes, I remember that there are some medical books in the dojo. I also know the doctor in the village, and I can get some medical books from him. Kuina quickly cried. Haha, that's fine, sit here, and I'll teach you the practice of observation haki. Lin Meng smiled and waved at the same time, pointing to the position beside him. Kuina blushed slightly, walked to Lin Meng and sat down. Lin Meng turned sideways and whispered in Kuina's ear, don't talk yet, Zoro is also nearby, tease him. Zoro. Kuina was startled, thinking of her private meeting with Lin Meng and being known by a third party, her cheeks that were originally slightly red suddenly flushed. But soon she recovered and thought calmly, realizing that Zoro's purpose of coming here should be the same as hers. At this time, in Lin Meng's perception of color, Zoro hid behind a tree next to the cabin, scratching his face anxiously at the moment, with a tangled expression. Why is Kuina here? Grilled fish smells delicious. It turns out that Kuina also came to learn observation haki from Lin Meng. Damn it, if Kuina learns observation haki before me, then wouldn't it be harder for me to defeat her? No, I have to learn observation haki too. There are still conditions to learn observation haki. Medical book. I remember my father pushed me into the green medicated bath to take a bath. I don't know if the medicated bath medicine is okay. Kuina sat down. Is Lin Meng going to teach her observation haki? Eavesdropping isn't good, is it? Just listen for a while. The voice is so low, I can't hear it. But, if I go out now, will I disturb them? At this moment, all kinds of messy thoughts popped up in Zoro's mind, and he was entangled in the same place, not knowing what to do. Zoro, stop circling behind the tree, come out. At this time, Lin Meng's voice came, interrupting Zoro's thoughts. Zoro scratched his green algae head, a rare embarrassing blush appeared on his stubborn face. Haha, Lin Meng, Kuina, you are here too, what a coincidence. Zoro said awkwardly, but seeing the gazes of Lin Meng and Kuina looking over, his voice couldn't help lowering his voice. Zoro, tell me, what's your business? Lin Meng asked simply with a smile. Brother Lin Meng, I also want to learn observation haki from you. Zoro took a deep breath and said seriously. Then he raised his hand, showing the muscles in his little hand, and said, I don't have any medical books, but I have a prescription for medicinal baths. I am in such good health that I took medicinal baths when I was a child. Medical bath prescription. Lin Meng's eyes brightened slightly, and he nodded, okay, Zoro, you can come too. Hearing that Lin Meng agreed, Zoro had a smile on his face. Seeing Zoro approaching, Kuina snorted softly, and unconsciously moved a few more towards Lin Meng's position. Haki is the latent power that all human beings possess. This power is an innate ability. Without a strong body, it is very difficult to awaken Haki. However, observation haki does not require much physical fitness, and with me here, these are not problems. Okay, listen up, let me explain the observation haki practice to you now. Looking at Kuina and Zoro with serious expressions, Lin Meng nodded in satisfaction and began to explain the practice method of observation haki. My observation haki practice method, after you practice, you will be able to initially awaken observation haki in a week or a month. Soon, the observation haki practice method was explained, and Lin Meng said confidently. It's so powerful, Kuina, I'm sure I can awaken observation haki before you. When Zoro heard this, he looked at Kuina full of fighting spirit. Childish. Kuina hummed softly. But she also felt an urgency in her heart, she didn't want to be surpassed by Zoro. I didn't continue to talk to Zoro, because at this moment Kuina looked at Lin Meng with adoring eyes. The girl Huai-chun, after several contacts, Kuina has already had a good impression of Lin Meng. In the next few days, Kuina often came to Lin Meng. While eating, asked Lin Meng to teach her the practice of observation haki. At the same time, he also brought various medical books to Lin Meng. During the period, Zoro also gave Lin Meng his medicated bath prescription. A week later. You have read many medical books, reviewed the medical knowledge you learned in your previous life, and constantly enlightened. You have an epiphany, and your medical skills have been upgraded to advanced levels. Based on a medicated bath formula, combined with your own advanced medical deduction, you created the Lin Meng Brand Foundation Establishment Medicated Bath 1.0. Lin Meng Brand Establishment Medicinal Bath 1.0, compared with the original, the efficacy is doubled, and the side effects are extremely low. The side effects can be eliminated after 3 days between each use. Okay, this is the most suitable foundation building medicinal bath formula that I can deduce based on my current medical knowledge. Lin Meng exhaled and muttered to himself. In order to create a better foundation building medicinal bath, more relevant medical knowledge, as well as knowledge of human body structure and other aspects are needed. Eating food internally, digesting it through the food element technique, externally using foundation building medicine bath, and supplementing it with swordsmanship training, this should be the best solution for me to quickly improve my strength at present. Lin Meng whispered, then frowned, a feeling flashed in his mind. Over the course of a week, I have accumulated knowledge about the operation of the food element technique and the digestive system in the body, coupled with advanced medical knowledge. Maybe I can already try to deduce the pirate version of Lihokuxian thief. Thinking of this, Lin Meng closed his eyes. Observation Haki's perception fully looked inside the body. At the same time, he ran the food element technique, combined with the knowledge accumulated in his mind, and began to comprehend and deduce it. You have a deep understanding of the digestive system of the body, combined with the medical knowledge related to the human body, you have an epiphany, your food element technique has advanced, and you have created the pirate version Lihoku Immortal Thief. Chapter 7. Successful. Lin Meng exhaled softly. After creating the pirate version Lihokuxian thief, the primordial power that was originally running in Lin Meng's body was naturally transformed into the operation of Lihoku Immortal Thief. For a moment, Lin Meng's observation Haki felt that there was a special chi in his body just out of thin air. Not knowledgeable, not armed, and not conquerors. This is a very pure, high-quality non-attributed Haki. This pure Haki, along with the circulation of the Lihoku Immortal Thief, was born in Lin Meng's body out of thin air. Then it flowed through the 6 organs of his large intestine, small intestine, stomach, triple burner, gallbladder, and bladder, and continued to grow, and then flowed into the limbs and bones, strengthening his physique. Is this chi? Not exactly, more like a kind of Haki similar to chi, pure Haki. Lin Meng pondered, and had a preliminary understanding of the pure Haki in his body. The power system of the one-person world is chi, and the Lihoku Immortal Thief was also created on the basis of chi. As for one-piece world, obviously there is no chi, but there is Haki. Therefore, Lin Meng used the Lihoku Fairy Thief as a template to create the pirate version Lihoku Fairy Thief, and then relied on it to become Haki. Lin Meng felt the pure Haki gestated in his body, and soon realized its effect. This is pure Haki. This pure Haki is the purest potential energy of the human body. Using this pure Haki on observation Haki can greatly enhance and strengthen observation Haki. In the same way, using it on armed colors or even conquerors can also have the same improvement and strengthening effect. Not only that. As this pure Haki grows, it can also quickly improve physical fitness and strengthen the body. This pure Haki is similar to the chi in one person in the rules of the pirate world, and the true chi in martial arts. It is the source of power in the human body in the world of pirates. As for knowledge color, armed color, and even conquerors, they are nothing but power derived from this pure Haki root. The source of human strength has been unearthed. In this way, the longevity method I want to create has a realistic foundation, and it is no longer a draft that stays on the goal plan. After realizing this, Lin Meng was extremely excited. Her relief for a moment, calmed down the excitement in my heart. Sensing the pure Haki in the body, Lin Meng thought, this pure Haki of the human body, is called Yuan Qi, the abbreviation of Haki root. This pure Haki root was discovered by him, so Lin Meng named it as a matter of course. The amount of source Qi in my body that has just been born is defined as 1 part of source Qi. Adding scientific thinking, Lin Meng quantified the newly born source Qi in the body. Afterwards, with the thought, Lin Meng checked his knowledge and information, and checked himself. Name, Lin Meng. Age, 10 years old. Strength, swordsman. Source gas, 1 part. Abilities, basic swordsmanship, breath of all things, knowledge and knowledge information detection, Lihoku Fairy Thief pirate version, medical skills advanced, fishing advanced. After getting a general understanding of your current situation, Lin Meng felt the source Qi of slowly growing physical strength. At the same time, I realized the ability effect of the pirate version Lihoku Fairy Thief. Since the one-person Lihokuxian Thief is used as a template, Lin Meng certainly knows the flaws of one-person Lihokuxian Thief. Therefore, when creating the pirate version Lihoku Fairy Thieves, all possible defects were optimized by Lin Meng. At present, the ability of the pirate version Lihokuxian Thief, in addition to the accidental discovery of the root of Haki, source gas. In addition, the body's ability to absorb and digest has increased by 10 times. At the same time, plants, trees, gold, and stones, and even poisons and garbage can be decomposed, absorbed, and digested. Even without food, it can absorb nutrients from the sky and the earth to survive. The user can also restrain all the breath on the body, even the color of knowledge is difficult to detect. Among them, what makes Lin Meng happy is that after using Lihoku Immortal Thief, he can maintain strong energy for a long time and greatly delay the aging of the body. According to Lin Meng's estimate, his current lifespan can definitely reach more than 200 years. This is a great motivation for his idea of creating the longevity method. After completing the creation of the pirate version Lihokuxian Thief, to reward himself, Lin Meng rowed the fishing boat and caught 6 big fish in a row. Next to the wooden house, a fire was lit and grilled fish was eaten. The origin gas has increased to 5 parts. After eating all the 6 big fishes that were cooked, they were completely digested and absorbed under the operation of the Lihoku Immortal Thief. Lin Meng felt that the central source Qi had grown to the level of 5 parts. At the same time, as the source Qi flowed in his body, Lin Meng roughly felt that his physical fitness had doubled compared to before. Lin Meng had a hunch that if he wanted to awaken the armed color now, he should be able to. However, compared to knowledge color, armed color requires more physical fitness. At the same time, with a strong physique, once awakened, the range and strength of the weaponry will also be stronger. So Lin Meng applied the source qi to nourish his body for a while. Another week passed. Lin Meng has read all the medical books Kuina could find. You have read a lot of medical books, and with continuous comprehension, your medical skills have been upgraded to the Grandmaster level. The island where Shimotsuki Village is located, the medical knowledge that can be obtained should have been absorbed by me. If I want to obtain more advanced medical knowledge, I can only seek it outside. Putting down the Chinese medicine book in his hand, Lin Meng thought to himself. But for the time being, he doesn't plan to leave Shimotsuki Village, so he can only postpone the study of medical skills. Putting down the Chinese medicine book in his hand, Lin Meng walked out of the cabin, rowed the fishing boat, caught 10 big fish and returned. The origin gas has increased by 3. As the source qi grows, the amount of source qi that can be increased for the same amount of food is also decreasing. Grilled and eaten 10 big fish, feeling the growth of origin qi, Lin Meng thought to himself. At this moment, the origin qi in his body has reached 56 parts. When the origin qi reached 10 parts, Lin Meng's 10-year-old body was not weaker than a strong adult man. Now 56 parts of origin qi are far more than the sum of the physiques of 6 strong adult men. Although there is no reference, but Lin Meng estimated that he should not be weaker than the naval headquarters elite generals based on his physique now. It's time to awaken armament Haki. Lin Meng murmured as he inspected his strong body. As long as the physical strength of the body is reached, armament Haki's awakening will become very easy. What's more, Lin Meng still has the origin qi of Haki's root in his body. So, close your eyes for a while, and feel for a moment. You feel the special power of defense in your body, and you comprehend and awaken armament Haki. Armament Haki. Lin Meng opened his eyes and raised his arms, and the black armament Haki quickly covered his arms. Not only that, the armament Haki was fully opened, spreading from Lin Meng's arm in an instant, covering Lin Meng's whole body. Once Lin Meng's armament Haki is awakened, he can cover his whole body in range. And some people have awakened armament Haki and practiced it for more than 10 years, and they may only cover 2 arms. After experiencing armament Haki for a while, Lin Meng sat cross-legged on the ground, concentrating, and he planned to continue awakening Conqueror's Haki. Chapter 8. Conqueror's Haki was born. Only those who have the King's qualification are eligible to awaken Conquerors. Is this real? Awaken Conquerors because there was a strong person first, or become a strong person after awakening Conquerors? And do I have the so-called King qualifications? Lin Meng chuckled to himself. In his heart, he actually dismissed the so-called King's aptitude. In Lin Meng's view, he must awaken the Conquerors. And this must have nothing to do with the so-called King's aptitude. Because when he discovers the root of Haki and masters the source qi, he will definitely be able to awaken Conqueror's Haki. As for whether he had the qualification of a king before, it didn't matter to him. Because whether it is observation Haki, armed color overlord or Conqueror's Haki, they are all just derivatives of the Haki roots. 3 colors in one go. The Conqueror's Haki used by the strong in One Piece world is only the power derived from the root of Haki, which belongs to knowing it. And Lin Meng, who discovered and mastered the root power of Haki, now belongs to knowing why. To the extent that Haki is understood, Lin Meng already belongs to 2 different versions from the strong man of One Piece world. With these thoughts in mind, Lin Meng slowly closed his eyes, and through the roots of Haki, felt the conquerors that belong to the spirit of Chi Po. You feel the special power in the spiritual field, and you comprehend and awaken the conqueror's Haki. As Lin Meng closed his eyes, the surroundings seemed to fall into silence. But only for a while. A shocking and powerful aura suddenly emanated from Lin Meng. At the same time, one could vaguely see a few red thunderbolts flashing near Lin Meng's body. In an instant, the surrounding insects and snakes fell silent. This powerful aura just gushed out from Lin Meng's body, condensed on him, stagnated for a moment, and then the aura shot straight into the sky, instantly dispersing all the white clouds in the air above. But the next moment, this powerful aura suddenly disappeared without a trace. However, even for this brief moment, Lin Meng's awakening of conquerors still caused a wave of waves. Outside the cabin, Kuina, who came to Lin Meng for a supplementary lesson, was shocked by the conquerors, persisted for only a few seconds, and then fainted outside the wooden house. Shimotsuki Village, Yixin Dojo. Shimotsuki Koshiro, who was wiping his sword, suddenly opened his slightly squinted eyes and looked up at the sky. Conquerors. Shimotsuki Koshiro whispered softly. Then he looked over the ashram and looked at the remote cabin by the sea. It's Lin Meng. Conquerors, with his terrifying talents, it is only natural that he can awaken. Looking away, Shimotsuki Koshiro lowered his head, continuing to polish his sword. On the sea far away from the village of Shimotsuki, a marine warship with a dog-headed bow is sailing on the sea. On the deck of the warship, Garp was lying on a sun lounger eating donuts and basking in the sun. At this moment, Garp, who was lying comfortably, suddenly sat up from the sun chair, looked at the distant sky, and murmured to himself, Conquerors. Vice Admiral Garp, has something happened? The waiter at the side noticed Garp's actions and asked. It was indeed Conquerors, but it's gone. Garp exudes knowledge, wanting to find out where the Conquerors happened just now. It's just that with the disappearance of the Conqueror's Haki, he couldn't explore it no matter what. It's okay, let's continue sailing. After finding that it was impossible to detect, Garp immediately slackened down, lay down on the sun lounger, and waved to the servants beside him at the same time. Hidden? But people with conqueror's qualifications will definitely not remain anonymous forever. Garp thought to himself. Is this the conqueror's? Conqueror's haki emitted when just awakened. Restraining the conqueror's haki around his body, Lin Meng felt it carefully and whispered softly. Kuina. At this time, Lin Meng, who had just opened his eyes from the feeling, was taken aback when he saw Kuina lying outside the door. Hastily stepped forward, picked up Kuina, and placed him on the wooden bed in the house. It seems that the conquerors that I awakened stunned. Knowing about Kuina's situation, Lin Meng sighed speechlessly. He didn't expect that Kuina would come to him at this time. She can only be considered unlucky. After a while, Kuina slowly woke up. Lin Meng, why did I faint all of a sudden? After regaining consciousness, Kuina rubbed her head and looked around suspiciously. Cough cough. Kuina, did you come to see me for something? Lin Meng coughed lightly and changed the subject directly. Oh, by the way, Lin Meng, I have awakened observation haki, look. Hearing Lin Meng's inquiry, Kuina had a look of joy on her face, like a child who seeks the teacher's praise after getting full marks in the test. So Lin Meng praised, well, it is indeed knowledgeable, congratulations, Kuina. Hey, Zoro hasn't awakened yet, and I surpassed him again. Kuina smiled happily. Seeing the joyful Kuina, Lin Meng couldn't help feeling relieved. So, I caught a few more big fish and grilled them, and ate them together with Kuina. After getting along for a period of time, Lin Meng and Kuina have already become familiar with each other. What's more, Kuina admires Lin Meng very much. Therefore, when she was eating grilled fish, she couldn't help confiding to Lin Meng, you said that a female swordsman will never become the world's #1 swordsman due to physical limitations. Hearing Kuina's confession, Lin Meng was silent for a while. He knew that this was the biggest hurdle in Kuina's heart. So after thinking for a while, Lin Meng said, being the #1 swordsman in the world is not determined by gender differences. Talent, hard work, luck, inheritance of swordsmanship, etc., these cannot be erased by a sentence of gender differences. But girls, in terms of physical strength, are indeed inferior to boys. Come, let me teach you a secret technique that can strengthen your body. Not only that, but it can also maintain a girl's healthy body and promote development. After finishing speaking, Lin Meng took Kuina's little hand and taught her the cultivation method of Yuankai. Kuina was still a little dazed when Lin Meng suddenly held her hand, but she soon immersed herself in the study of primordial food. When Kuina devoured grilled fish and learned cannibalism, Lin Meng's sense of knowledge, by holding Kuina's little hand, explores and perceives Kuina's body. Especially the situation in Kuina's body when the food element is running. The effect of Kuina's feeding element is only about 80% of what I had before, which is not bad. Lin Meng estimated and nodded in satisfaction. He glanced at Kuina who was learning the food element technique for the first time and was immersed in it. Lin Meng took a mouthful of grilled fish and thought to himself, the conqueror's haki has all been awakened, and the body has now reached the standard. Next, you can go to learn Yuxin Liu's swordsmanship and emission haki skills from Mr. Kojiro. Chapter 9. Well, the grilled fish that I ate just now was digested so quickly. Lin Meng, your secret technique is amazing. Learn to eat yuanshu, after running it once. Kuina opened her bright eyes and looked at Lin Meng adoringly. Lin Meng said modestly, haha, it's just average. Afterwards, he looked at Kuina and asked, Kuina, how does your body feel after practicing Cheongsam? Lin Meng intends to collect data on other people practicing the exercises he created. I feel the warmth in my stomach, as if some heat is flowing through my body. Kuina thought for a moment, and then said what she felt. Lin Meng nodded, through the detailed inspection of Kuina's body, plus her own feelings. Soon, Lin Meng took down the data and information of Kuina's practice of eating yuanshu. Lin Meng's perception has been calculated, and the accumulation of enough data will be helpful to deduce the updated version of Laihoku Immortal Thief. For Lin Meng, the more practice data like this, the better. Only. At present, Lin Meng feels that his strength is not enough. So there is no plan to spread the practice method he created on a large scale. For the time being, it is better to start spreading from people around you, and it is also convenient to collect data. Soon. Lin Meng and Kuina went to Yuxin Dojo together after eating the grilled fish. In the dojo, Lin Meng found Shimotsuki Kojiro who was cleaning and maintaining his sword. Seeing Lin Meng and Kuina coming together, Shimotsuki Kojiro put down the sword in his hand with a faint smile on his face. During this time, he also noticed the growing familiarity between Kuina and Lin Meng. In this regard, Kojiro did not say anything, let it go. Lin Meng, Kuina, what's the matter? Shimotsuki Kojiro asked. Father, I have awakened observation haki. Kuina looked at Shimotsuki Kojiro and said happily with a smile on his face. Shimotsuki Kojiro was taken aback, and said in surprise, Kuina, have you awakened observation haki? He really didn't expect that Kuina could awaken observation haki at his current age. Slowing down, Kojiro looked at Lin Meng. He knew that Kuina's ability to awaken observation haki at this age must have something to do with Lin Meng. Teacher, this is the observation haki practice method I have researched. Noticing Shimotsuki Kojiro's gaze, Lin Meng smiled and took out a booklet. It records the practice method of observation haki created by him. Shimotsuki Kojiro thought for a moment, took the booklet, and flipped through it. Bump. Flipping through the booklet quickly, Kojiro quickly closed it. At this moment, Shimotsuki Kojiro's heart was like a stormy sea. even if he has already awakened observation Haki and reached an advanced level. But after reading the observation Haki practice method researched by Lin Meng, I was still very shocked. Because Kojiro found out. If you follow this observation Haki practice method, even ordinary people can theoretically awaken observation Haki. You know, the power of Haki only becomes common in the second half of the Grand Line. And where is the second half of the Grand Line? That is the sea area where the elite powerhouses rolled out from all over the world and rushed out from the first half of the Grand Line. The power of Haki is a power that only the strong are qualified to learn and master. Now, through the observation Haki practice method researched by Lin Meng, ordinary people can also learn Haki. Once this practice method spreads, it is completely enough to change the entire world pattern. Shimotsuki Kojiro doesn't know whether this is good or bad. But he knew that his disciple, Lin Meng, who created the observation Haki practice, would inevitably suffer pressure from all sides. So Shimotsuki Kojiro closed the booklet, looked at Lin Meng seriously, and asked, Lin Meng, observation Haki practice, besides Kuina, who else have you seen it? Zoro. Zoro? That's fine. Shimotsuki Kojiro nodded and said in a serious tone, Lin Meng, you have to promise me that before you are sure enough, don't let people you don't trust know about this Haki practice. Don't worry, teacher, I know it well. Lin Meng certainly knows Shimotsuki Kojiro's concerns. Although it was nothing to him, he responded anyway, reassuring Shimotsuki Kojiro. Kuina at the side was suddenly a little confused. She didn't know why her father suddenly became serious after reading the pamphlet. Kuina, don't tell me about the Haki practice, understand? Shimotsuki Kojiro looked at Kuina and said. Understood, my lord father. Although he didn't know what happened, Kuina still answered seriously. Zoro, I'll talk to him later. Shimotsuki Kojiro looked at Lin Meng and said. All right. Lin Meng said. For the time being, he didn't have the idea or need to teach the Fa outside, so he shrugged indifferently. Shimotsuki Kojiro returned the booklet to Lin Meng and asked, Is there anything else you want? Lin Meng stepped forward and said, Teacher, I have also awakened armament Haki, so I want to learn emission Haki skills and Yixin Liu swordsmanship. Emission Haki and Yixin Liu swordsmanship. Can. Shimotsuki Kojiro nodded. Then he said, Emission Haki is actually the armed color, the name of emission, from Wano Kuni. Armament Haki is divided into 4 levels, hardening, winding, external release, internal destruction. Soon, Shimotsuki Kojiro explained all the advanced techniques of armament Haki. Lin Meng nodded and remembered Shimotsuki Kojiro's explanation in his mind. You have listened to and learned the advanced skills of armament Haki, and you have comprehended armament Haki's hardening, winding, external release, and internal destruction. At the same time, with the blessing of heaven-defying savvy talent, Lin Meng quickly comprehended the advanced skills and knowledge of armament Haki that he had learned. Shimotsuki Kojiro's slightly squinted eyes were wide open at the moment, watching Lin Meng try armament Haki's hardening, entanglement, outward release and internal destruction one by one in front of him in shock. At this moment, he could completely feel Lin Meng's terrifying talent. The level of this evildoer has completely surpassed his imagination. Suddenly, Shimotsuki Kojiro had the feeling that he had overreacted when he saw the observation Haki practice earlier. With Lin Meng's monstrous talent, he will rise quickly, even if the practice of Haki spreads in the future, only he can put pressure on others. So no need to worry about Lin Meng at all. Shimotsuki Kojiro couldn't help but heave a sigh of relief. Looking at Lin Meng who has learned the advanced techniques of armament Haki, Shimotsuki Kojiro then told Lin Meng all the knowledge of Yixin Liu swordsmanship. Chapter 10. You listened to and learned the knowledge of Yixin Liu swordsmanship, and you comprehended Yixin Liu swordsmanship. With the explanation of Shimotsuki Kojiro's swordsmanship knowledge. After a while, Lin Meng comprehended and learned Yixin Liu swordsmanship. What a terrible talent! Seeing that Lin Meng learned Yixin Liu swordsmanship just by listening, Shimotsuki Kojiro couldn't help but sigh with emotion. In fact, Lin Meng also enjoys the feeling of being able to learn everything at once. This feeling is so refreshing. After learning Yixin Liu swordsmanship, Lin Meng looked at Shimotsuki Kojiro. After a little thought, he asked a question in his mind. Mr. Kojiro, a swordsman and a swordsman are distinguished by the realm of whether they can understand the breadth of all things and cut off steel. Then what distinguishes the sword of a swordsman from a sword of a great swordsman? Hearing Lin Meng's question, Shimotsuki Kojiro smiled. He picked up a long knife beside him. Armament Haki surged and wrapped around the entire body of the knife, instantly turning into a black knife. Then Shimotsuki Kojiro said, the obvious gap between a swordsman and a great swordsman lies in whether he can rely on his own strength to forge a black sword. A swordsman who can forge a black sword by himself is a great swordsman. Lin Meng nodded, with a little understanding. Hideo Daijian how, so that's the case. Then, my lord, what conditions do I need to meet to become the world's #1 swordsman? Kuina at the side, hearing this, couldn't help asking. Shimotsuki Kojiro glanced at Kuina, sighed, and said, Kuina, the best swordsman who can fight and defeat all challengers, is the world's #1 swordsman. Kuina glanced at Lin Meng and murmured, you have to defeat everyone to become the world's #1 swordsman, it's too difficult. She knew very well that she could not defeat Lin Meng. If this is the case, she will never be able to become the world's #1 swordsman. Kuina, you don't have to target me. But you can give it a try first and become the world's #1 female swordsman. Noticing Kuina's gaze, Lin Meng smiled at Kite. That's right, I can become the world's #1 female swordsman, so I don't have to challenge Lin Meng. Kuina's eyes brightened, and she had a goal to fight for again. Lin Meng, do you have anything else to ask? At this moment, Shimotsuki Kojiro looked at Lin Meng and asked. Lin Meng thought for a while, took out a prescription, and said, Mr. Kojiro, this is the medicinal bath prescription I researched. I want to know where to buy these medicinal materials. Shimotsuki Kojiro took the prescription, squinted his eyes to look carefully, and said with a smile, this prescription, you modified it from Rorano's medicated bath prescription, right? Lin Meng nodded, well, yes, teacher. The prescription of the foundation building medicated bath was optimized and deduced from the prescription given by Zoro, so there are traces of the original prescription in it. It's just that Lin Meng didn't expect that Shimotsuki Kojiro could see it. It seems that Shimotsuki Kojiro has been exposed to the prescription of the original medicine bath before. Zoro's parents are my friends, Kuina, after all, Zoro is still your cousin, remember to take care of him in the future. Shimotsuki Kojiro responded briefly, then looked at the prescription again. On the other hand, Kuina was very surprised. She didn't expect Zoro, the green algae head, to have such an identity. The prescription is really good, and the effect should be much better than the original prescription. After carefully reading the prescription of the foundation building medicinal bath, Shimotsuki Kojiro said with emotion. Some time ago, Kuina also knew about the fact that Kuina was looking for Chinese medicine books in the dojo. It's just that they didn't expect that the medical books were for Lin Meng to study. Now looking at the improved prescription, Shimotsuki Kojiro discovered that Lin Meng's evil talent may not only be reflected in swordsmanship. There are some medicinal materials in the dojo. I think I can get you 3 copies. Afterwards, if you want medicinal materials, you can only buy them from outside the island. Gran Island is not far away. It is a trading hub in the nearby waters. You should be able to buy enough medicinal materials. But, Lin Meng, do you have Bailey? Shimotsuki Kojiro said. Lin Meng was also taken aback by this question, and scratched his head, haha, indeed, it seems that I have to think about how to earn some Baileys. Seeing that Lin Meng was asked, Shimotsuki Kojiro smiled with satisfaction and said, I will provide you with 3 medicinal materials first, and then you can figure out what to do next. Thank you, teacher. Lin Meng said. After getting 3 medicines from Shimotsuki Kojiro, Lin Meng and Kuina walked out of the dojo. Kuina, here's a medicine for you. Lin Meng handed a piece of medicinal material to Kuina. Lin Meng, I'll give you all the 3 herbs. Kuina said. The time to use 2 medicinal materials is enough, and I should be able to earn enough Bailey to buy more medicinal materials by then. Could it be, Kuina, do you want to take a medicated bath with me? Well, it's not impossible. Lin Meng said with a smile. Kuina blushed, snatched a share of medicinal materials, and fled in despair. Looking at the back of Kuina running away, Lin Meng chuckled. Back at the cabin, Lin Meng boiled water and made a base building medicinal bath first. Soaking in the medicinal bath for building foundation, Lin Meng can feel the subtle warm currents absorbed by the skin of the body from the medicinal bath. The skin and muscles on the outside of the body are slowly lifted and strengthened under the action of the medicated bath. In the following days, Lin Meng continued to integrate the knowledge gained from Shimotsuki Kojiro in his practice. Armament Haki's 4 techniques of hardening, entanglement, external release and internal destruction are becoming more and more proficient in his use. At the same time, Yixin Liu's swordsmanship has already been mastered by him. This day, Lin Meng sat cross-legged on the beach not far from the cabin. In my mind, I recalled every detail of Yixin Liu's swordsmanship. Yixin Liu's swordsmanship is mainly based on IAI/. Zoro's future various IAI sword skills are derived from Yixin Liu's sword skills. Lin Meng also intends to use Yixin Liu's swordsmanship as the basis. Combined with my memory, some information about sword skills in the anime novels I read in my previous life. Create some powerful sword skills that belong to him. Soon, Lin Meng had an idea in his mind. At this time, in the distance on the sea, a huge wave happened to hit the beach where he was. Lin Meng closed his eyes, held the bamboo sword in his hand in the posture of IAI, when the waves were about to hit the beach. Quickly pulled out the bamboo sword and swung it out. Cut out with one sword. In an instant, from the entire wave to the sea surface behind the wave, it was cut in half by this sword. You have studied Yixin Liu's swordsmanship in depth, combined with whimsical ideas, you have an epiphany, you have comprehended the swordsmanship of cutting the sky and drawing the sword. When Lin Meng cut the waves and the sea surface with a single sword, he also successfully comprehended a powerful sword technique, the technique of cutting the sky and drawing the sword. Slaying the sky and drawing the sword, not bad. Lin Meng opened his eyes from the feeling. Looking at the huge waves and sea surface that were cut in front of him, he nodded in satisfaction. At this moment, Lin Meng suddenly noticed a pirate ship with a pirate flag on the sea in the distance. Pirate ship, haha, it's here for business. Lin Meng was suddenly overjoyed. In the One Piece manga booklet, the public Zoro family tree chart, we can know that Zoro is actually the descendant of Shimotsuki Naomura's sister, Shimotsuki Vibrator, so he is related to Kuina. Chapter 11. Captain Karu, the sea is cracked, cracked. No, turn around quickly, or the boat will fall into the sea. It's scary, why did the sea suddenly split? At this time, because of Lin Meng's chopping sky drawing sword technique, he followed the huge waves and cut the sea in half. The pirate ship that was sailing on the sea suddenly suffered disaster. Looking at the cracked sea surface, the sea water poured back, and all the pirates on the pirate ship panicked to save themselves. Fortunately, the pirate ship was relatively far away from the cracked sea, and finally escaped unharmed. However, at this moment, Lin Meng, who was sitting cross-legged on the beach, had already spotted the pirate ship. This pirate ship is doomed after all. In the past few days, Lin Meng has been thinking about how to quickly earn some Baileys during his practice breaks. Think about it for a few days. Lin Meng feels that with his current age and strength, temporarily being a bounty hunter, killing pirates with bounties in exchange for bounties should be the easiest way to earn Bailey. So during this period of time, Lin Meng watched a lot of pirate bounties issued by Marine, East Blue. He planned to go around the surrounding waters after a while, looking for a few pirates with bounties, in exchange for some Baileys. Unexpectedly, before he could act, a pirate ship came to his door by himself. Lin Meng couldn't help showing a happy smile on his face. The Hammer Pirates. The captain is Karu the Hammer with a bounty of 3 million Baileys. Look carefully at the pirate ship. Seeing the pirate flag above, the related bounties flashed in Lin Meng's mind, and Lin Meng's smile became more intense. Captain Karu, there is a small island ahead with a village on it. The watchman on the pirate ship shouted. Haha, little ones, cheer up Laozi, wait on the island, let go of the rush. Kalu, the Hammer Pirate captain with a fierce face, bald head and a big hammer in his hand, laughed loudly in a rough voice. Oh, is it so? At this moment, a soft whisper suddenly exploded in the ears of all the pirates in the entire Hammer Pirate ship. After that, all the pirates saw a figure flashing in front of their eyes. Next moment, before Hammer Karu could react, his head is already branch-housed with his neck. The captain is dead. Captain Karu is a great pirate with a bounty of 3 million Baileys, how could he die? Who are you? Demon, you are a demon. Seeing the branch house on Hammer Karu's head, all the pirates on the pirate ship were terrified instantly. Lin Meng stood beside Kalu's body, holding a bamboo sword in his hand, and glanced at the frightened pirates. In the Hammer Pirates, only the captain, Hammer, has a bounty, and the other pirates are just little guys. There is no money to kill, and it is laborious. So Lin Meng asked, where are the helmsman and navigator? Looking at the Hammer Karu in the branch house, all the pirates consciously identified the helmsman and navigator. Does Grand Island know? No, no. As long as you know, take the boat to Grand Island. Also, unload the pirate flag. Lin Meng looked at the trembling helmsman and navigator in front of him, and said calmly. Let all the pirates calm down again, and then Lin Meng began to check the captain's room and storage room of the pirate ship one by one. In the captain's cabin, Lin Meng harvested a small bag of messy gold. Lin Meng estimated that this small bag of gold is worth more than 1 million Baileys. A small East Blue pirate group, he was quite satisfied with being able to harvest like this. Then Lin Meng checked the storage room. In the storage room, there are some drinks, food, and fruits. The treasure of the entire pirate ship should have been placed in his captain's room by Hammer Karu. Too much clutter and not worth the money. But Lin Meng still turned on observation Haki and scanned it roughly. Hey! Observation Haki scanned and found something. In the perception of Lin Meng observation Haki, he found that there seemed to be a different fruit in the pile of fruits beside him. Could it be? Lin Meng only felt a thumping heartbeat, and he had a premonition. Quickly walked up to the pile of fruits, opened the pile of fruits, and looked at the fruit with mysterious patterns. Lin Meng's face suddenly brightened. Devil fruit! Lin Meng murmured. In front of his eyes was a devil fruit with mysterious patterns. Lin Meng really didn't expect to find a devil fruit on this pirate ship. Moreover, look at the location of this devil fruit. It seems that the pirates on this pirate ship also don't know that they have a devil fruit worth hundreds of millions of Baileys on board. Lin Meng reached out to pick up this devil fruit, and put it in front of him to observe carefully. A pattern that has never been seen is a devil fruit that has never been seen. My knowledge and information detection, I don't know if I can check out the information of this devil fruit. Lin Meng thought to himself. At the same time, he turned on his knowledgeable information detection ability, and swept towards the devil fruit in his hand. Name, contract fruit type, paramecia. When the color of knowledge and information detection swept the devil fruit in Lin Meng's hand. Immediately, information about this devil fruit flashed in Lin Meng's mind. The color of knowledge and information detection, it can really detect information about unknown devil fruit. Compared with knowing the information about devil fruit, Lin Meng is more surprised by the powerful effect of his knowledge and information detection. One Piece World, if you haven't read the devil fruit illustrated book in advance, or know the appearance of the devil fruit in advance. In the face of an unknown devil fruit, apart from eating it, it is difficult to distinguish the ability and type of this devil fruit. But now, with knowledge and information detection ability, it is able to detect the type and ability of the unknown devil fruit. This is of great help to Lin Meng. The fruit of the contract. Putting away his knowledge and information detection, Lin Meng looked at the contract fruit in his hand and pondered for a moment. He has no intention of eating devil fruit. But, possessing a heaven-defying savvy talent, Lin Meng has a great interest in analyzing devil fruit's ability. Get out of the storage room. Lin Meng checked the heading of the pirate ship, and there was no problem. You should be able to reach Grand Island in the afternoon. All the pirates on the pirate ship are also very honest. So, Lin Meng walked into the captain's room and took out the contract fruit. Observation Haki went deep into it, probing and analyzing the information of this devil fruit. You have deeply analyzed the ability of the contract fruit, you have learned a lot about the power of the contract, your contract knowledge has reached an advanced level, and you have created an advanced contract technique. Chapter 12. Contract Knowledge, Advanced contract technique. Lin Meng woke up from the feeling, knowledge about the contract surged in his mind. And he also created an advanced contract technique based on these contract knowledge. I was right. I only need to analyze and comprehend devil fruit, and I can obtain knowledge and information about devil fruit's ability, thus creating the ability to master these devil fruits. Looking at the devil fruit in his hand, Lin Meng smiled happily. Devil fruit is the unique power system of One Piece world. But now, as long as he can obtain the relevant devil fruits, he can analyze his perception and master the power of these devil fruits. My lord, Grand Island has arrived. At this time, a pirate's trembling voice came from outside the captain's room. Lin Meng regained consciousness, found a backpack from the captain's cabin, and put away the contract fruit. Lin Meng previously learned about it from Shimotsuki Kojiro. Grand Island is a shipping hub for routes in the nearby waters, and the trade is very busy, so there is also a marine branch base stationed on the island. Lin Meng asked the helmsman on the pirate ship to bring the ship to shore. Afterwards, pressing down on these pirates and taking the head of Hammer Karu, they went directly to the marine branch on the island. After arriving at the marine branch, Lin Meng didn't talk nonsense. In front of a group of marine soldiers and majors, he held the bamboo sword and swung a flying slash. Immediately, Lin Meng was warmly welcomed by this marine base. At the same time, he also successfully obtained the bounty of 3 million baileys from Hammer Karu. As for those little pirates, Lin Meng packed 500,000 baileys and sold them to this marine base. After a while, Lin Meng left the marine base with 3.5 million baileys. After entering Grand Town on the island, first sell a small bag of gold to get 1 million baileys. Then Lin Meng started spending. First, go to the medicinal material market, and spend 2 million baileys to buy 100 prescriptions for foundation building medicinal baths. He bought more than a dozen medical books that he hadn't read. Afterwards, Lin Meng planned to go to the weapon store to buy a sword for temporary use. But just as Lin Meng was on his way to the weapon shop, in the sky, a group of newsbirds flew over, and at the same time dropped a large number of newspapers downward. Ah, the great pirate Mihawk has become 7 warlords of the sea. Big news, I didn't expect the #1 swordsman in the world to join the forces of the 7 warlords of the sea. This is a big pirate with a bounty of over 100 million. Listen to the discussion of the surrounding crowd. Lin Meng picked up a newspaper beside him, glanced around, and quickly collected key information. See Circle Calendar 1509. Mihawk becomes 7 warlords of the sea. It's 1509, September. I remember that Luffy went to sea in Sea Circle Calendar 1520. Is this 11 years before Luffy goes to sea? Lin Meng thought, glanced at the photo of Mihawk in the newspaper, and pondered for a moment. Then I looked at the information in other places in the newspaper. East Blue found traces of red hair pirates. Red hair pirates suffered serious injuries. The unknown strong shot. The red hair broke his arm. Looks like the redhead has met Luffy. Lin Meng glanced at the news page a little speechlessly. What unknown powerhouse, that is the king of the offshore. False news. Looking at these familiar messages, Lin Meng also quickly figured out his current time and the current general situation of One Piece world. But Lin Meng has no plans to do anything for the time being. At present, the primary goal is to strengthen ourselves first. First, in Shimotsuki Village, this novice village, practice the number to the full level and then talk about it. As for the future, Lin Meng already has a rough plan in mind. In the weapon store, Lin Meng bought a good sharp knife Swejian from the boss for 800,000 baileys. When he came to the island port, Lin Meng first bought the pirate ship second-hand cheaply, and got 500,000 baileys. Then returned by passenger boat passing Shimotsuki Village. In the evening, Lin Meng returned to Shimotsuki Village. Lin Meng, where did you go today? I have never been able to find you. Kuina, who was waiting by the cabin, saw Lin Meng and asked curiously. Of course it's to earn bailey. Lin Meng smiled and said proudly, this is the medicinal bath medicinal material I bought, you take 10 copies back and use it. You made money, how did you make it? Kill the pirates and get the bounty. Killing pirates is amazing. Kuina looked at Lin Meng adoringly. Lin Meng smiled and rubbed the hair on Kuina's head. Take out a few big fish that were previously stored in the wooden house, and ask Kuina to roast them for him first. Lin Meng took out the medicinal materials, medical skills, and devil fruit in the package and put them away. Looking at the contract fruit, Lin Meng's heart moved, and an idea suddenly popped up. So he realized it immediately. You have reviewed the practice method of observation Haki, combined with the relevant knowledge of the contract, you have created the observation Haki practice method 1.0. You reviewed Yuan Shiju, and combined with the knowledge about the contract, you created Yuan Shiju 1.0. You recalled the awakening process and feelings of armament Haki, combined with the knowledge of the contract, you created the armament color practice method 1.0. You recalled the awakening process and feelings of conqueror's Haki, combined with the knowledge about the contract, you created conqueror's practice method 1.0. Soon, Lin Meng combined conqueror's Haki with part of the contract knowledge to create a new conqueror's Haki practice method. The primordial art, after adding the knowledge of the contract, was reset to create the primordial art 1.0. As for the Lyoka fairy thief, Lin Meng practiced it himself, so he didn't reset it. After completing the reset creation of the conqueror's Haki practice and the eclipse, Lin Meng found Kuina who was grilling fish outside. Kuina, the primordial food I taught you before, as well as the cultivation method of knowledge and knowledge, have been revised and optimized by me, you can practice and see. Finding Kuina, Lin Meng smiled and said directly. Kuina has no doubts either, she trusts Lin Meng very much now. So, under the guidance of Lin Meng, Kuina quickly learned the 1.0 version of Yuanzhu and knowledge and color practice methods. When Kuina practiced the 1.0 version of Yuanzhu and knowledge and color practice methods, Lin Meng could feel that there was a weak force transmitted from Kuina to him through the invisible force of the contract. Under Lin Meng's knowledge and color perception expanded to ultimate, he could find that his observation haki increased slightly as this weak force was transmitted to his body. As for Yuan Shiju, because his Laihoku Immortal Thief is too advanced, the power of Kuina's feedback is not obvious. But Lin Meng can still feel that there is indeed such a slight improvement. Add the knowledge of the contract, the practice method created, as long as other people practice, it is equivalent to signing a contract with me, and the results of each practice will be fed back to me through the power of the contract. And as I analyze the fruit of the contract and improve my knowledge of the contract, I can also modify the power ratio of the feedback in the contract. Although the power of one person's feedback doesn't seem too much, what about 1,000 people, 10,000 people, or even 100 million people? If everyone in the pirate world practices the cultivation method I created, then I will not only have the hope of immortality. Even becoming an eternal and immortal existence like a god is not impossible, this moment. A raging flame ignited in Lin Meng's heart. The way is clear. A bright future lies ahead. Lin Meng wants the world to fight. Chapter 13. Lin Meng exhaled softly. Calm down your inner excitement. The world is armed. Although the idea of gathering the power of all beings in the world to practice is good. However, in order to achieve this goal, it is impossible without sufficient strength to support it. Moreover, the current idea of the world's military is only a rudimentary. How should the world deploy weapons? How to spread the method of practice? How can the human beings in pirate world voluntarily practice the cultivation method he created? Etc. There are so many things to consider and resolve. Need to come step by step. However, the future direction is already indicated. Lin Meng just needs to move towards this bright future. Lin Meng, I feel that the effect of the new primordial art is indeed much better than before. You are amazing. Not only can we create such a magical secret technique as the food element technique, but we can also continue to improve it. Kuina looked at Lin Meng adoringly. Lin Meng smiled and nodded, of course, don't look at who I am. The 1.0 version of Yuan Shishu not only added contract knowledge, Lin Meng also added some insights into the practice of Laihoku Immortal Thief. The effect is doubled on the basis of the original version. This was specially created by Lin Meng for Kuina. Even if Yuan Shishu is spread in the future, it will definitely be the current simplified version. Looking at Kuina's delighted smile, Lin Meng continued, Kuina, armed color practice and conqueror's practice, do you want to practice awakening? Kuina was pleasantly surprised, is it really possible to learn? Of course Lin Meng nodded. I heard from my father that the armed color needs a strong body to awaken. And isn't conquerors awakened only if he possesses the qualification of a king? After calming down a bit, Kuina asked. The awakening of the armed color really requires a strong body. Don't you know the element eating technique now? Temporarily practice to cultivate the armed color in the body. When the body is strong enough, the armed color will have enough power once it awakens. As for conquerors, as long as you practice the conqueror's cultivation method created by me, you can awaken conquerors regardless of whether you have the king's aptitude. Lin Meng said it himself. He has full confidence in the conqueror's practice he created. Lin Meng, you are really amazing. Looking at the confident Lin Meng, Kuina's eyes sparkled with stars. After teaching Kuina to learn armor color and conqueror's practice, Lin Meng asked Kuina to practice by herself. He went back to the wooden house by himself, boiled the water, and prepared a large tub of foundation building medicinal bath. Then lie down in the medicated bath, close your eyes and rest. Suddenly, there was a sound of falling water. Lin Meng was resting in the medicinal bath with eyes closed. He just felt a smooth and delicate object suddenly fall into the big vat he soaked in the medicinal bath. Kuina. Lin Meng opened his eyes and looked at Kuina in the medicine bathtub in surprise. Lin Meng, take a medicine bath together. Kuina's face was flushed and her voice was weak. Lin Meng smiled and didn't refuse, since the medicine tank is big enough anyway. And the medicinal materials are enough. So Lin Meng and Kuina soaked in the foundation building medicinal bath together. Of course it's just a medicated bath. After all, he was too young to do anything. Time passed, and a week passed in a blink of an eye. With enough medicinal bath herbs, Lin Meng's external soaking base building medicine bath strengthens the skin and muscles, there are Laihoku immortal thieves to digest food, strengthen the internal organs and the body. The overall strength is improving rapidly. You have deeply analyzed the ability of the contract fruit, you have comprehended a lot of knowledge about the power of the contract, your contract knowledge has reached the master level, and you have created the top contract technique. During this period, Lin Meng deeply analyzed the fruit of the contract. The understanding of contract knowledge has been greatly improved, reaching the level of being able to establish a sect. Combined with the power of the contract, Lin Meng has been able to freely adjust the feedback ratio of the exercises created. Another week. Lin Meng summed up the experience and reset the Conqueror's Haki practice method and the eating element technique again. The practice of Conqueror's Haki and UNG, which created the 91 proportional feedback, was taught to Kuina. Every time Kuina practices Haki, she will feed back 10% of her strength to Lin Meng. The 91 ratio is specially assigned to Kuina by Lin Meng. In addition to this, there is the Haki practice of the ratio of 7 to 3, which Lin Meng taught Zoro. After all, Zoro is a junior, so he still needs to take care of him a little bit. Then, there is the general version of the Haki practice method with a 50-50 ratio. This 50-50 conqueror's Haki practice method is what Lin Meng intends to spread in the future. Lin Meng observed and understood. In One Piece world, Haki practice method is very rough. For example, practice Haki according to the method of One Piece world, and the amount of Haki increased by 1 each time you practice. Then practice according to the practice method created by Lin Meng, and the amount of Haki increase can reach 10 each time you practice. So even if 50% was taken away by Lin Meng according to the contract, the remaining amount reached 50%. Practicing the Haki practice method created by Lin Meng, the amount of improvement can still reach 5 times the original. After understanding this clearly, Lin Meng felt that he took 50% of the money, which is already very kind. What's more, as long as he doesn't say it himself. Those who will practice his practice methods don't know that Lin Meng will divide up half of their practice results every time. Not only that. In the practice method created by Lin Meng, he also signed a deeper contract. For those who practice his practice method, after death, the Haki strength will be fed back to Lin Meng through a contract. Of course, Lin Meng will not let anyone know about this. A month later. Evening. Next to the beach huts. After Lin Meng finished eating the grilled fish, feeling the root of Haki in his body, he thought to himself, the source gas has reached 93 parts, and the growth is getting slower and slower. Half a month ago, after the source chi in his body reached 90 parts, Lin Meng could clearly feel that the growth of source chi was slowing down. Origin chi, short for Haki root, is the power hidden in the human body. Therefore, to a certain extent, source energy can reflect the physical strength of human beings in the pirate world. Although there is no specific reference. But Lin Meng has a feeling that his physique is approaching the limit of human physique in One Piece world. According to Lin Meng's understanding, only the strength of physical fitness is divided according to the origin chi. 90-100 copies of origin chi belong to the physique of a strong general of the pirate world. The future Marine 3 Admiral should be around 90-95 parts of source chi after the body is quantified. Emperors like Kaido of the Beasts have a physique above 95 parts of origin chi. The old Whitebeard's physique must have dropped below 95 gen chi. The physical limit of a strong person in One Piece world should be at the level of 100 sources of energy. Now Lin Meng's physique has reached 93 points of origin chi, and he has stepped into the general emperor level. But correspondingly, he also felt the upper limit of human physique in pirate world. If this physical upper limit cannot be broken, then longevity will be a luxury. One of the purposes of the longevity method that Lin Meng wants to create is to break this upper limit of physical fitness. I didn't expect to start touching the upper limit so soon. It seems that the creation of the longevity method has to be put on the agenda. Lin Meng touched his strong muscles and thought to himself. Lin Meng. I just saw a weird group of people, one of them had a very big face and a huge purple afro. At this time, Kuina came over and talked about what he had just seen. A freak with a big face. That should be Ivankov. Revolutionary Army. When Lin Meng heard it, it immediately recalled in his mind that Shimotsuki Koshiro seemed to be connected with the Revolutionary Army. So the group of weirdos that Kuina mentioned are probably members of the Revolutionary Army. So, Lin Meng sent out observation Haki, to investigate in the direction of Yixin Dojo. It was discovered. Monkey D. Dragon. Soon, Lin Meng's sense of knowledge sensed the strange people that Kuina said. It's just that when Lin Meng's knowledge color sensed this group of people, his knowledge color was also noticed by one of them. Lin Meng knew that Monkey D. Dragon was the only one who could sense his knowledgeable color among the pedestrians. Chapter 14. Monkey D. Dragon, interesting. With my current strength, can I defeat him? Since it was discovered, Lin Meng did not continue to investigate and took back observation Haki. However, his heart was gradually boiling, and the idea of wanting to fight Monkey D. Dragon appeared in his heart. After all, from the awakening of Suhui to the present, Lin Meng has not really fought against the strong in the One Piece world. Now, after finally meeting Monkey D. Dragon, Lin Meng does not want to let go of this opportunity. Not only that. After seeing the Revolutionary Army cadres headed by Monkey D. Dragon, in Lin Meng's heart, he also intends to spread the Conqueror's Haki practice method he created among the Revolutionary Army. Compared with the world government, marine and other pirate forces, Lin Meng has a better impression of the Revolutionary Army. Certainly. Lin Meng will not blindly give free Haki practice to the Revolutionary Army because of this. Find an opportunity first, and fight a dragon. Then, based on the results of the battle, we are considering whether to spread the Haki practice method among the Revolutionary Army first. After a little thought, Lin Meng made a decision in his mind. Kuina, I'm very interested in the group you mentioned, and we'll go to the Yixin Dojo together later. Lin Meng said something to Kuina, and then walked into the wooden house. I just came from Yixin Dojo. Kuina rubbed her legs and said. Haha, take a few more steps and treat it as exercise. Help me put away this pamphlet. I didn't ask you to ask for it, so don't take it out, understand? Lin Meng gave Kuina the booklet recording Conqueror's Haki practice from the wooden house. Okay, Lin Meng, don't worry. Kuina took the booklet and put it away. Then Lin Meng took Kuina and went straight to Yixin Dojo. Brother Lin Meng, Kuina, the teacher is receiving guests, let's not disturb. I was kicked out by the teacher. Lin Meng and Kuina have just approached Yixin Dojo. Walking out of the dojo, Zoro said with a depressed face. Is that Lin Meng? Come in. But at this moment, Shimotsuki Koshiro's voice came from the dojo. This. The young Zoro was stunned for a moment, and then became even more depressed. He was exercising swordsmanship in the dojo, and was kicked out because of the noise. As a result, as soon as Lin Meng came, he was called in. All of a sudden, Zoro felt that the teacher didn't love him anymore. As for the special treatment Lin Meng received, Zoro didn't feel any jealousy. Zoro now has great admiration for Lin Meng. Because in Zoro's view, Lin Meng is not only much stronger than him, and also taught him how to practice Conqueror's Haki, which is great for him. So now, when Zoro called brother Lin Meng, it was really sincere. Let's go in together. Lin Meng glanced at the depressed Zoro, and said something with a smile. Then, take Kuina into Yixin Dojo. In the dojo living room, Shimotsuki Kojiro is talking and laughing with Monkey D. Dragon. Beside Monkey D. Dragon, some cadres of the Revolutionary Army stood, among them are the big-faced Ivankov and the tall, muscular tyrant bear. Teacher. My lord father. Lin Meng walked into the living room and saw Shimotsuki Kojiro speak. Kuina responded and stood behind Shimotsuki Kojiro. Zoro didn't come in with a stinky face, standing outside the living room. Haha, Kojiro, this is your new apprentice Lin Meng, he is really good. Monkey D. Dragon glanced at Lin Meng and said with a smile. In the conversation with Kojiro before, he learned some basic information about Lin Meng. Shimotsuki Kojiro nodded with a smile, looked at Lin Meng, and asked, Lin Meng, you came to see me at this time, what's the matter? Teacher, I'm here to find them. Lin Meng nodded, looking at Monkey D. Dragon who was wearing a dark green coat and had a special pattern on his face. Name, Monkey D. Dragon S*X, male age, 44 strength, physical skill, admiral level, wind fruit, awakened, abilities, 6 styles of martial arts, taijutsu, feng fruit ability, knowledge color top level, armed color advanced, conquerors. At this time, Lin Meng's knowledge and information detection has roughly detected the information of Monkey D. Dragon. Similar to his guess, Monkey D. Dragon is a general level powerhouse who has both physical skills and fruit abilities. Oh, I don't know what you want from me. Monkey D. Dragon narrowed his eyes and looked at Lin Meng. I want to have an all-out battle with you. Lin Meng said with eyes full of fighting spirit. I heard you right, this kid actually wants to fight the leader. Haha, Lin Meng boy really has the guts to challenge the dragon. He's only in his teens, probably because he doesn't know the strength of the leader, so he dares to say that. As Lin Meng's voice fell, the cadres of the Revolutionary Army behind Monkey D. Dragon suddenly started talking with a smile. Senior brother Lin Meng is very strong, you adults, it is impossible to beat him. Zoro outside the door heard these discussions, and immediately defended Lin Meng loudly. Kuina, standing behind Shimotsuki Kojiro, also stared at these Revolutionary Army cadres. Monkey D. Dragon waved his hand, stopping the discussion of the cadres behind him. Looking at Lin Meng, he asked, Lin Meng, do you know who I am? It's not wise to challenge an unknown person so rashly. Lin Meng said calmly, I know, the leader of the Revolutionary Army is recognized by the world government as the world's most vicious criminal, Monkey D. Dragon. It is also in my perception that this group of people is the strongest. Hearing Lin Meng's words, Monkey D. Dragon's expression changed slightly, he didn't expect Lin Meng to know so much. And he can also perceive his strength. Thinking of this, he couldn't help being surprised and said, it was you who used your knowledge to detect us before. It's me. Lin Meng nodded, and then asked, how is it, Mr. Long accepting my challenge? Monkey D. Dragon looked at Shimotsuki Kojiro. Noticing that Shimotsuki Kojiro didn't stop, he laughed, okay, Lin Meng, I accept your challenge. Without further ado, when do we start? Lin Meng asked. Haha, I can do it anytime, right in the dojo. Monkey D. Dragon said with a smile. He planned to give Lin Meng good advice in the battle later, as a reward for Lin Meng's courage to challenge him. However, Shimotsuki Kojiro said at this time, wait a minute, 3 kilometers west of Shimotsuki Village, there is an uninhabited island that can be used as a battleground. Shimotsuki Kojiro knows Lin Meng's strength. If Lin Meng and Long fight in Yixin Dojo will definitely be completely destroyed in the battle. Want to fight on an uninhabited island? It seems that Kojiro has lied to me a lot about his apprentice Lin Meng. Hearing what Shimotsuki Kojiro said, Monkey D. Dragon couldn't help but look at Lin Meng seriously. Chapter 15. Outside the village of Shimotsuki, an unnamed island. The ship of the Revolutionary Army stayed on the sea outside the island. Mr. Kojiro, this apprentice of yours is so serious. Looking at the island, Lin Meng and Monkey D. Dragon are confronting each other. A Revolutionary Army cadre said in shock. Haha, Lin Meng boy like this is really cool. Ivankov said with a smile. The leader's strength is terrifying. If you're not careful later, little friend Lin Meng will be seriously injured even if he doesn't die. Some Revolutionary Army cadres worried. Don't worry, Mr. Long will be careful. The tall tyrant Xiong said in a gentle voice. With a fierce face, Zoro said to the officers of the Revolutionary Army, Humph, don't underestimate brother Lin Meng, he is very strong. That's right. Kuina nodded. Shimotsuki Kojiro squinted, smiled, and said nothing. In fact, he also wanted to know what level Lin Meng's strength had reached now. And when everyone on the boat was talking, suddenly, 2 powerful waves of Conqueror's Haki erupt on the island. The originally calm sea suddenly became rough in the confrontation between the 2 Conqueror's Haki. Ba. Conquerors, this brat actually has conquerors. What a horrible conquerors, it's on par with the leader's conquerors. Hey, the sky is cracked. On board, all the officers of the Revolutionary Army suddenly erupted in shock. Haha, it's getting more and more interesting, Lin Meng boy is amazing. Ivankov said with a smile. Very strong. Tyrant Bear whispered softly. Seeing this scene, Kuina became more determined. Is this the strength of Lin Meng? I have to work harder to become stronger. Only in this way can I be qualified to stand by his side. Brother Lin Meng is so strong. Seeing the terrifying scene of Haki splitting the sky, Zoro was stunned. They're going to fight, drive the boat further. Shimotsuki Koshiro's narrowed eyes were also full of shock, but recovered quickly and shouted at the same time. Next moment. In the island, a powerful battle broke out, and the aftermath of the battle came from the island. A group of Revolutionary Army cadres on board hurriedly drove the boat away quickly. Black Knife. Great Swordsman. Only for the first time. Monkey D. Dragon looked at Lin Meng's hand, Liang Kui Shuejian, who was entangled in armed colors, and said with a shocked expression. He didn't expect that at Lin Meng's age, his strength had already reached the level of a black swordsman. Mr. Long, I hope you can use all your strength. I want to see how strong I am now. Lin Meng held Shuejian and said seriously. Haha, good. Monkey D. Dragon laughed. At this moment, he has already treated Lin Meng as a strong man of the same level. Dragon Claw. With a soft shout, Long's hands were covered with armed colors, showing 3 claws, and attacked Lin Meng. Lin Meng swung his sword and stepped forward. Boom. Bang bang. After several fights, Long fought against Lin Meng's swordsmanship with his powerful physical skills. The two sides are evenly matched. At first, it was Lin Meng's first time to fight against strong players at this level, and he was still a little unfamiliar. However, with the battle with the dragon, Lin Meng, who has excellent comprehension, quickly adapted, and the more he fought, the more smoothly he played. Not only that. During the battle with Monkey D. Dragon, Lin Meng's heaven-defying comprehension is also rapidly learning and comprehending Monkey D. Dragon's physical skills. You have fought against the strong physicist, you have observed the physical technique of the strong physicist, and you have comprehended the 6 styles of physique, shaving, iron body, paper arts, moonwalk, tempest kick, finger pistol. Monkey D. Dragon's father is Marine legend Vice Admiral Monkey D. Garp. His current powerful physical skills were derived from mastering Marine 6 styles proficiently. Therefore, in the process of fighting Monkey D. Dragon, Lin Meng naturally comprehended the 6 forms of body art. What a terrifying fighting intuition, what an astonishing comprehension, he actually learned the 6 style body art during the battle. The dragon who was fighting Lin Meng felt it even more deeply. Seeing that Lin Meng was at a loss from the beginning, and now he can use the 6 style body skills one by one in the battle. Not only that, but he can also integrate the 6 style physical skills into his own combat system. This shocked the dragon's heart. At this moment, Lin Meng was also very happy. Through the battle with Monkey D. Dragon, not only gained the experience of fighting the strong, and he got the 6 style body art for nothing. At the same time, it also allowed Lin Meng to recognize his current strength. Physical skills alone will not be able to defeat Lin Meng in a short period of time. It seems that we have to use fruit power. He failed to defeat Lin Meng using physical skills, so Monkey D. Dragon planned to use the power of Feng Feng fruit. In an instant, the wind blew and a hurricane formed on the island, trapping Lin Meng in the middle. Did the dragon use the devil fruit power? Watch me kill this gale. Cut. Feeling the strong wind all around, Lin Meng whispered, holding a black knife Shuejian. Slash the sky and draw the sword with one blow. Instantly cut the raging wind into 2 halves, destroying a gust of wind such a strong sword skill. Long sighed in his heart, then smiled and whispered, however, my gusts are endless and cannot be extinguished. Lin Meng also noticed the continuous gust of wind. If these winds cannot be dealt with, it will be difficult for him to defeat Monkey D. Dragon. But, feeling the continuous gust of wind, Lin Meng realized something in his heart, waving the black knife Shuejian in his hand, dancing in the wind. You have deeply realized the power of the blast, combined with your knowledge of swordsmanship, you have an epiphany, you have comprehended the blast swordsmanship. Walk with the wind, move with the wind, blast swordsmanship. Lin Meng's eyes were bright, he brandished a black knife Shuejian, and walked on the wind. At this moment, the gust of wind no longer became his trouble, but instead helped him improve his gale sword technique. FK. Noticed the scene of Lin Meng walking on the wind, even serious and calm as Monkey D. Dragon. At this moment, I also felt a shock in my heart, which I couldn't understand. Only FK can describe his heart at this moment. Obviously he is the one with the wind fruit ability, but look at Lin Meng who walks on the wind. Monkey D. Dragon has an illusion, as if Lin Meng is the king who controls the wind. Stop the wind fruit ability. The wind suddenly extinguished. Monkey D. Dragon looked at Lin Meng and was silent for a moment. What a terrifying talent. Long couldn't help but sigh. At this moment, he deeply experienced Lin Meng's terrifying understanding and talent. In this case, then I will teach you this trick. Through the fight with Lin Meng, at this moment Monkey D. Dragon has of course realized that, Lin Meng is fighting with him, proficient in combat experience, and comprehend his combat skills at the same time. But the dragon is also a strong man with great courage, not only did he not mind Lin Meng's behavior, but he planned to give Lin Meng another ride. I saw a powerful conquerors emanating from Monkey D. Dragon. This conqueror's haki, wrapped around the dragon, formed a terrifying red lightning and wreaked havoc. Lin Meng, look forward to the next move. This is a real strong man, and only then can he comprehend the power of learning. Monkey D. Dragon looked at Lin Meng and said. Lin Meng looked at it seriously, and whispered, "Is this Conqueror's winding?" He immediately realized the Conqueror's entanglement used by the dragon with his heart. Just for a moment. You see the formation process of Conqueror's winding, you have an epiphany, you understand Conqueror's winding. Chapter 16. I understand. Conqueror's winding. Lin Meng whispered in his heart. At the same time, the powerful Conqueror's entwined red thunder appeared around his body in large numbers. Conquerors against Monkey D. Dragon. Boom. 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 The two strands of tyrants that contain terrifying and destructive power collided continuously and exploded in the air, sending out terrifying shock waves. Instantly. Originally in the battle, the small island has been dilapidated. At this moment, suddenly, began to disintegrate, collapse. The Conqueror's Haki, which can be entangled, has a destructive power far exceeding that of the high-level armed color. That is why only he who realizes the Conqueror's winding, this is the reason why he is truly qualified to stand at the pinnacle of the strongest in the world of pirates. It's terrible, the island was directly destroyed. What are those red lightning bolts? Why are they so terrifying? The leader's hurricane is extinguished. How is the battle going? Who won? It should be the leader. On the Revolutionary Army ship, a group of Revolutionary Army cotters, looking into the distance, the direction where the red lightning was raging, swallowed and muttered. It's so cool and strong that Lin Meng boy can fight with Long to such an extent. At this moment, even Ivankov was shocked and amazed at Lin Meng's strength. The future is his. Tyrant Bear said softly. So strong, is this the world of the strong? Zoro stared blankly at the island crumbling under the red thunder, muttering to himself. Kuina looked forward with some worry. Lin Meng, are you okay? It's over, let's drive the boat over. Shimotsuki Kojiro squinted, looked ahead, and spoke suddenly. Boss, did you win? The leader must have won. You can see that the leader's windbreaker is fine. Of course, I admit that Lin Meng is very strong, but he is still too young after all. Along with the ship of the Revolutionary Army, they were on their way to pick up Lin Meng and Monkey D. Dragon. The cotters of the Revolutionary Army on the ship looked at the two standing above the original island in midair, and immediately started talking. Humph, that's not true, brother Lin Meng must have won. Zoro said, glaring at the officers of the Revolutionary Army. Kuina looked carefully at Lin Meng's intact body, then he breathed a sigh of relief, and said softly, it's great that Lin Meng didn't suffer any injuries. Brother Lin Meng, did you win this competition? When Lin Meng and Monkey D. Dragon landed on the deck of the ship, Zoro couldn't wait to ask. Lin Meng glanced at Monkey D. Dragon with a smile, and then cried, neither won nor lost, it's a tie. Well, it's indeed a tie. Long also looked at the Revolutionary Army, cried. This battle is not a battle of life and death. So both Lin Meng and Long have reservations. What's more, in this battle, Lin Meng learned a lot from the dragon. Therefore, Lin Meng originally planned to admit defeat after learning Conqueror's winding. After all, for Lin Meng, compared with the things gained from this battle, winning or losing the battle is obviously indifferent. However, Monkey D. Dragon disagreed, he recognized Lin Meng's strength. So in the end the two decided to end the battle with a draw. What? A tie. Zoro was obviously dissatisfied with the result. But Lin Meng has a high prestige in his heart, so I didn't say much, I just glanced in the direction of the Revolutionary Army cotters with some displeasure. Zoro has long been unhappy with this group of Revolutionary Army cotters, and has always hoped that Lin Meng would defeat their leader and help him slap them in the face. Lin Meng and others followed the ship of the Revolutionary Army and returned to Shimotsuki Village Yixin Dojo, in the living room. At the moment, there are only Lin Meng, Kuina, Shimotsuki Kojiro, Monkey D. Dragon, Ivankov, and Tyrant Bear, 6 people. Lin Meng, you said you wanted to make a deal with our Revolutionary Army, what is it? Monkey D. Dragon looked at Lin Meng curiously. Before, after the battle with Lin Meng specifically told him that he wanted to trade with the Revolutionary Army. However, there were too many people at that time, so Lin Meng didn't say much, and he didn't ask much. Now, there were only 6 people left in the living room, and Long took the initiative to ask. Kuina, take out the booklet. Lin Meng looked at Kuina and said. Kuina nodded and took out the pamphlet recording the general version of Conqueror's Haki practice. Lin Meng took the brochure. Take out the one that records the observation Haki practice method first, lay it out, put it on the table in front of you, look at the dragon, Ivankov, and the Tyrant Bear, and say, this is the observation Haki practice method created by my research. The efficiency of practice is 5 times that of normal conditions. Even ordinary people can awaken observation Haki within half a year as long as they practice according to the practice method. This is what I want to trade with your Revolutionary Army. After listening to Lin Meng's words, Monkey D. Dragon couldn't help showing surprise on his serious face. He looked at the booklet unfolded on the table, glanced around, and then tried to practice. Just for a moment. This practice method is really feasible. Monkey D. Dragon stood up excitedly, with fiery eyes, he looked at the booklet on the table that recorded the practice of observation Haki. At this moment, as the leader of the Revolutionary Army, Long thought of a lot. He knew that if this method of practice was popularized to the soldiers of the Revolutionary Army, then their Revolutionary Army would quickly become stronger. Overthrowing the world government will become possible. Never before at this moment can Monkey D. Dragon feel so clearly that his dream will be so within reach. At this moment, Long even had the urge to snatch the booklet in front of him. However, thinking that Lin Meng has the same strength as him, as well as Shimotsuki Kojiro, who also has the strength of a great swordsman, Long immediately restrained and calmed down. At the same time, Long also wanted to understand, perhaps one of the reasons why Lin Meng invited him to fight before, just to show strength, let's use force to deter this transaction. If Lin Meng finds that his strength is not enough, maybe there will be no such deal. And now, because the strength is enough, do you have enough confidence to choose a transaction? What a smart and scary kid. Monkey D. Dragon couldn't help feeling in his heart. Force is always the basis for guaranteeing equal trade. Monkey D. Dragon calmed down his excitement and sat down again. Looking at Lin Meng seriously, he asked, Lin Meng, what do you want to trade with our revolutionary army? In the first half of the Great Navigation Road, there is a country of medical treatment, the country of magnetic drums. I need you to make copies of all the medical books and medical knowledge in drum and bring them to me. Lin Meng said. Can. Although this matter is a bit difficult, there is no danger, it just takes more time. Therefore, Monkey D. Dragon immediately agreed. Besides, Lin Meng continued, the royal family of magnetic drum has a collection of munch munch fruit. I need you to help me bring the munch munch fruit. Munch munch fruit is what I must get. If it is eaten, you can bring me the ability user. Chapter 17. Yes, is there any more? Monkey D. Dragon said. This matter is very simple, after all, Lin Meng has roughly informed the location of munch munch fruit. Well, there is one last condition. I hope to study the devil fruit abilities of these two. Lin Meng looked at Ivankov and Tyrant Bear behind the dragon. This. On this point, I need to ask Ivankov what they think. Monkey D. Dragon hesitated and said. Although Ivankov and Tyrant Bear are his subordinates, they are actually more like his like-minded friends. So the dragon can't make decisions for Ivankov and the Tyrant Bear without authorization. Okay dragon, I also want to know, how does Lin Meng boy study my hormone fruit? Ivankov, standing behind the dragon, said with a smile. Me too. Tyrant Xiong said gently, holding the book in his hand. After obtaining the consent of his companions, Long Wang said to Lin Meng, Ivankov and the others agree, this can be agreed. Lin Meng nodded with a smile, and handed over the booklet recording the cultivation method of knowledge, and said, on the basis of these three conditions, the practice method of seeing, hearing and seeing is regarded as a deposit. After the medical book and the munch munch fruit arrive, then deliver the armed color and conqueror's practice method. Lin Meng originally had the idea of spreading the general version of conqueror's Haki practice. Now, he can use the conqueror's Haki practice method to complete the deal with the revolutionary army, and he is very satisfied. Wait, Lin Meng, did you say something wrong just now? Conqueror's practice method. Can conquerors be cultivated? Monkey D. Dragon looked at Lin Meng in shock, wanting to confirm whether what he just heard was true. Of course it is true, Lin Meng is very powerful. It is through his practice that I cultivated conquerors. Kuina at the side heard that Long actually questioned Lin Meng, and immediately defended him. At the same time, a strand of conqueror's Haki emanates from Kuina. In an instant, the dragon, Ivankov and the Tyrant Bear were all stunned. Conquerors. Conquerors can really be cultivated. At this moment, Monkey D. Dragon was too shocked to speak. Oh, this is too cool. Ivankov had a huge face, and his eyes seemed to be popping out, he said in shock. Tyrant Xiong, who had been keeping a silent face, opened his mouth in shock. Although I know it may be rejected. But I still want to ask, Lin Meng, are you interested in joining the revolutionary army? I took a few deep breaths. After Long calmed down from the shock. Looking at Lin Meng, for some reason, he invited him nervously. Sorry, I'm not interested in joining the revolutionary army. Lin Meng refused. Why? Lin Meng boy. Don't you think it's cool to overthrow the tyranny of the world government and save the country and people from that tyranny? Ivankov's huge face suddenly stretched out and said. What you guys do is really cool. Lin Meng nodded, and then said, but it's not my path. However, I can give you a little help. Then, Lin Meng took out another red booklet, handed it to Long, and said, this is the dragon slaying art, written by a great man, I hope it will be helpful to your revolutionary army. Compared to the world government that is already rotten and smelly like a cesspit. Lin Meng is more optimistic about the revolutionary army. Although, Lin Meng also knows that the dragon slayer will become a dragon. After the revolutionary army overthrows the tyranny of the world government in the future, it is likely to become the next world government. But, at least, the ideals and efforts of the newly founded revolutionary army are still worthy of recognition. That's why Lin Meng handed over the dragon slaying technique to them. What's more, Lin Meng's own selfishness is also involved in this. If he wants to spread his powers all over the world, the biggest obstacles are the world government and marine. Therefore, it is in Lin Meng's own interest to temporarily strengthen the revolutionary army and cause more trouble for the world government. Dragon slaying technique. Long was a little confused. He was a little confused at first, because his name was Long thought it was a technique to kill him. But when I took the red booklet handed over by Lin Meng, I flipped through it. Monkey D. Dragon was immediately attracted by the contents. Okay, there is no right to speak without investigation, that's great. I'm narrow-minded. This dragon slaying technique will kill the evil dragon of world government. Monkey D. Dragon flipped through the little red book excitedly, read it quickly and roughly, and then handed it to the Tyrant Bear beside him to keep it safe. Then, Long took out a phone bug from his arms, handed it to Lin Meng, and said in a very serious tone, Lin Meng, Thank you so much. You will always be the benefactor of our revolutionary army. This is my phone bug. If you need anything in the future, please feel free to mention it. Lin Meng nodded with a smile, as long as the dragon slaying technique can help you. It was late at night when the transaction was completed. So Lin Meng rested for one night in Yixin dojo. The next day, Lin Meng found Ivankov and planned to start researching from his hormone fruit. At this time, the dragon and the tyrant bear disappeared. Other revolutionary army cadres are transporting bags of grain to their ships. The purpose of the revolutionary army coming to Shimotsuki village to find Shimotsuki Kojiro was to collect food through his channel. Lin Menboy, how are you going to study my devil fruit ability? Do you want to try female hormones and experience what it's like to be a woman? Ivankov, in a body-hugging, low-cut jumpsuit in grid stockings and a cape, winks at Lin Meng. There's no need for that. Lin Meng waved his hands with a smile, and then said, Ivankov, don't be wary of resisting my knowledge and color perception. When I learned about color perception, you can use the hormonal fruit abilities one by one. All right. However, Lin Menboy, with your handsome appearance, if you turn into a girl, it will be very cute and charming. Don't you really want to experience it? Ivankov nodded, but asked again unwillingly. Unnecessary. Lin Meng waved his hand and sternly refused. All right then, Lin Menboy, you start, said Ivankov. Lin Meng nodded, observation Haki exuded, began to perceive the power of the hormonal fruit used by Ivankov. At the same time, under the blessing of comprehension, gradually analyze the power information of the hormone fruit. You have deeply perceived and analyzed the special power of male and female hormones, combined with your knowledge of the human body, you have comprehended gender conversion. Gender conversion technique, after use, it can adjust the male and female hormones in the target body, allowing the target to change gender. Lin Meng was speechless. Unexpectedly, the first thing to comprehend was the power of male and female hormones. But it's also a good start. So Lin Meng continued to comprehend. You have deeply perceived and analyzed the special power of hormonal healing, combined with your medical knowledge, you have comprehended powerful healing techniques. You have in-depth perception and analysis of the special power of exciting hormones, combined with your understanding of adrenaline, you have comprehended the blood-boiling technique. Chapter 18. Powerful Healing. Passionate. Lin Meng whispered in his heart. Messages of powerful healing and blood-boiling come to mind. Powerful healing technique, enhance beneficial hormones, which can cure most common injuries. Even incurable diseases may be cured by consuming lifespan through hormones. Blood boiling, by increasing the adrenaline hormone for a short period of time, the strength is greatly improved. After using it, you will feel kidney deficiency for a period of time. One is the ability to heal through hormonal means. The other is the ability to stimulate adrenaline and obtain a berserk-like effect. Lin Meng quickly understood the principles of the two abilities he had comprehended. The comprehension and analysis of these two types of hormones gave Lin Meng a deeper understanding of hormones, which are hormones in the human body. You have deeply comprehended and analyzed the power of hormones, you have an epiphany, and you have comprehended the art of controlling human hormones. Human hormone control technique, you can freely control the secretion, increase, decrease, and movement of hormones in your body. Do you master the hormones in your body? Lin Meng opened his eyes from the feeling, and murmured. Under the inner vision of the color of knowledge, Lin Meng can perceive it. If he wanted to, he could control the growth-related hormones in his body, so that his body would grow rapidly. It's just that Lin Meng didn't intend to do this, he still wanted to grow up naturally. However, through the analysis of the ability of the hormone fruit, it really allowed Lin Meng to accumulate a lot of knowledge about hormones. The understanding of subtle places such as hormones in the human system is also deeper. With the knowledge of hormones that Lin Meng now has, he can arrange his body's growth more scientifically, healthily, and reasonably. Lin Meng estimated that under such circumstances, and with the assistance of Laihoku immortal thieves, his theoretical lifespan has reached more than 500 years old. Lin Menboy, have you finished your research? Ivankov noticed Lin Meng opened his eyes and asked. Lin Meng smiled and said, yes, thank you, Ivankov. How about it, did you gain anything? Ivankov asked curiously. After the incident last night, Ivankov became very curious about Lin Meng. Especially after experiencing the practice of knowledge and knowledge, Ivankov knew that Lin Meng was definitely an unimaginable genius in practice. Comparable to Vegapunk. No, it is beyond. So he really wanted to know, what did Lin Meng gain after studying his hormone fruit ability? Lin Meng pondered for a while. At this time, he noticed Zoro not far from the dojo, holding a bamboo sword, who was slashing wildly at the tree stump. A smile appeared on his face, and he shouted in Zoro's direction, Zoro, come here. Brother Lin Meng, what's the matter? Lin Meng smiled and said, I just learned some abilities, so you can test them for me. Okay, leave it to me, brother Lin Meng. Zoro was used to Lin Meng discovering new abilities from time to time. So I didn't care, and just responded. That's what you said. Lin Meng couldn't help laughing as if thinking of something. Ivankov was on the side, watching this scene very curiously. I saw that Lin Meng put his hand on Zoro's shoulder. The next moment, the skin and muscles of Zoro's body began to squirm. Zoro's face gradually became as soft as a girl's. Why, how do I feel that my strength has become smaller? Brother Lin Meng, what's wrong with me? My voice. Feeling the changes in his body, Zoro was a little overwhelmed, but after speaking, he found that his voice seemed to have become thinner. Zoro couldn't help looking at Lin Meng with some panic. Haha, nothing, Zoro, you just turned into a girl. Lin Meng smiled. Ah. Zoro was stunned, and then immediately asked, Brother Lin Meng, can I change back? Don't worry, you can. Lin Meng said. After hearing Lin Meng's affirmative answer, Zoro felt relieved. Then he touched his body curiously, and played very curiously. This is the power of female hormones, Lin Meng boy, it's incredible that you actually comprehended and learned the power of hormonal fruits. Although expected, Ivankov was still extremely shocked when he saw Zoro turned into a girl. Should have been a unique devil fruit ability. Lin Meng can actually learn devil fruits ability through research. This research ability is too scary. Lin Meng boy, are you sure, you didn't eat the research fruit, or the demon fruit power that copied the fruit? At this time, Ivankov couldn't help asking. Lin Meng smiled and said, No, I haven't eaten devil fruit. It's really a monster's talent. Ivankov sighed. Time flies. A week passed quickly. As early as the second day after Lin Meng finished researching the hormonal fruit, Ivankov took the Revolutionary Army cotters to escort the sea ship full of food and left. The dragon and the tyrant bear, during this time, have not been seen. But Lin Meng knew that the two of them were working hard to get his deal done. This day, Lin Meng sat cross-legged on the beach, feeling every detail in his body. After mastering the hormones in my body, this week, the source chi in my body quickly increased to 96 levels. But that's it. The hormone power in the human body can only be used as an auxiliary after all. Lin Meng thought to himself. And just then, he suddenly heard a bang sound. Following the sound, a huge bear paw print appeared on the beach not far from him. Inside the bear paw print is a box of books that is 10 meters wide, long, and high, packed and stacked. Boom. Boom. There were 5 loud bangs again. Next to the original giant bear paw print, 5 identical giant bear paw prints appeared in succession. In each bear paw print, there is a large block of books packed together. Looking at these huge bear paw prints, Lin Meng knew that this was caused by the ability of the tyrant bear. Those book squares should be the medical knowledge from the country of medical treatment, the country of magnetic drums, that he requested in the transaction. Boom. Just then, there was another loud noise. With the loud noise, the figure of tyrant bear appeared in Lin Meng's sight. Lin Meng, according to the agreement, these are the medical books you want. Also, here's the munch fruit you asked for. After seeing Lin Meng, tyrant bear took out a devil fruit from his body, and said softly. Lin Meng took the devil fruit, and after sweeping the knowledge and information detection, the devil fruit information appeared in his mind. Name, munch fruit type, paramecia. Munch fruit, indeed. According to the transaction agreement, this is for you. Lin Meng nodded in satisfaction. Then he took out the booklet recording the general version of the Armed Color and Conqueror's practice method, and handed it to Tyrant Bear. Tyrant Bear nodded, took the 2 booklets, and put them away carefully. Then, he took out a phone bug, handed it to Lin Meng, and said, if you want to study my devil fruit ability, you can use this phone bug to notify me. Lin Meng took the phone bug, looked at it and said, Xiong, you can actually study it now, don't worry, I can study it very quickly. Chapter 19. Now? Yes. Bartholomew Kuma nodded without refusing. Xiong, don't resist my knowledgeable color. Then, you just have to show off all the meatball fruit abilities you have mastered. Lin Meng looked at the tall tyrant bear, stepped forward, and said. Tyrant Xiong nodded, not resisting Lin Meng's sweeping look of knowledge. At the same time he raised his hands. Lin Meng noticed that tyrant bear has cat-like pads in his palms. It looks kind of cute. Coupled with the burly and tall body of the tyrant bear. This contrast made Lin Meng smile inwardly. The bear's meatball fruit ability seems to be only usable through these hands. Is this because of the special requirements for the ability of the meatball fruit, or is there another reason? Lin Meng whispered in his heart. Lin Meng, I'm starting. Tyrant Bear glanced at Lin Meng and said that he was about to use the meatball fruit ability. Well, I'm ready, let's start. Lin Meng nodded. Afterwards, the Tyrant Bear pushed the cat's paw-like pads with both hands, displaying the abilities of the meatball fruits he developed one by one. Lin Meng's knowledge of color perception is meticulous, and he captures all the details in the process. You watched and analyzed the process of using the ability of the meatball fruit, you have some insights, you comprehend the elasticity of the meatball. Meatball elasticity, when using it, your hands will form a transparent cat-like pad, which has the ability to bounce off anything. This is the meatball fruit ability mastered by Tyrant Bear. Lin Meng analyzed the information in it and reproduced it during his observation and comprehension. Although it is not a 100% replica, it also has similar abilities to the Tyrant Bear ball fruit. At the same time, transparent flesh pads will appear when you use it, instead of having to grow cat-like flesh pads on the palms like Tyrant Bear. Not bad ability. With hard work, I can also acquire the ability to travel through the elasticity of a meatball like a bear. As soon as he analyzed and understood the elasticity of the meatball, Lin Meng thought of its travel function. At this time, the Tyrant Bear showed the ability to pop out the damage and fatigue in the body through the ability of the meatball fruit. Lin Meng immediately focused on it, carefully perceiving it with knowledge and knowledge. You have deeply analyzed the process of the injury and fatigue of the meatball fruit popping out. If you have realized something, you have comprehended the Yin Healing Bullet. Yin Healing Bullet, use the elasticity of the meatball to eject the damage and fatigue received by the body, and the ejected damage and fatigue will become a meatball shape, which can be used to attack. This ability is quite interesting. Lin Meng nodded. Yin healing bullets can eject damage and fatigue, which has a strong auxiliary effect in battle. Of course, if you can think of popping damage and fatigue, and develop it, the tyrant bear is also very powerful. At the same time, following Lin Meng's perception and analysis of the meatball fruit, Lin Meng felt his own body, and suddenly realized something. Your ability to analyze the fruit of the meatball, combined with the 6-style body technique, you have an epiphany, and you have realized the return of life. Life return, you can freely control your body, hair, and internal organs. As long as you pour your consciousness into it, you can freely control any place. Life returned. A thought flashed in Lin Meng's mind. The mind has mastered every muscle in the body. At the same time, in the skin and muscles, there are some remaining medicated bath essences that have not been absorbed before. The muscles and fur controlled by him were instantly absorbed. Combining the return of life with the Laihoka fairy thief may create a new version of the Laihoka fairy thief. However, there is no rush for the new version of Laihoka immortal thieves. I will talk about it after I finish analyzing the munch fruit. Maybe with this munch fruit, I can start to create the longevity method I want. Lin Meng thought involuntarily. Lin Meng, have you finished your research? At this moment, Tyrant Bear asked in a gentle voice. Well, thanks Bear. Lin Meng came back to his senses, opened his eyes, looked at Tyrant Bear, and said with a smile. Tyrant Bear nodded, and then said, Long asked me to speak to you, he is very grateful for your help. To express my gratitude, in addition to the medical knowledge of Drum Country, the Revolutionary Army will help you collect more new medical knowledge in the future. Lin Meng nodded without refusing, then thank you very much. The Tyrant Bear smiled and nodded, and continued, Lin Meng, if you need anything, you can call me anytime through the phone bug. Well, I'll look for you later. Then, Lin Meng, see you next time. The Tyrant's young Lin Meng said goodbye, and disappeared from the spot with a swish sound. In Lin Meng's visual perception, the Tyrant Bear is currently being wrapped in a transparent sphere like a panda's palm, flying fast in the sky. This is the elastic travel of the meatball, it looks very interesting. Lin Meng looked up and murmured. After comprehending the elastic ability of the meatball, he will also be able to travel elastically. However, this kind of elastic travel requires knowing the specific location of the travel destination. Otherwise, it can only land randomly. Farewell to Tyrant Bear. Lin Meng looked to the side, 6-packed and superimposed huge book cubes. After a rough scan of his knowledge, Lin Meng estimated that there should be more than 500,000 books. Looking at the 10-meter tall book cube, Lin Meng stretched out his palm, and a transparent fleshy ball like a cat's palm emerged. Then, Lin Meng touched the book cube with his palm. The book cube was immediately covered by a meaty spherical transparent cat's paw, floating beside Lin Meng. According to this method, Lin Meng easily moved the 6 book cubes to the side of his wooden house. 6 10-meter tall book cubes stacked together, like a hill. Lin Meng looked at the hill of books and murmured, there are so many books, if you read them one by one, when will you see them? We need to find a way to quickly read the contents of these books. Soon, Lin Meng thought of observation Haki. At the same time, I already have preliminary ideas in my mind, so he immediately began to feel it. You are thinking about the expansion of observation Haki's ability, you have fantastic ideas, you have deep insights, and you have comprehended the color of knowledge and fast reading. Knowledge quick reading, using observation Haki, you can quickly read and obtain knowledge information recorded in books. Chapter 20. With knowledgeable and fast reading, I should be able to read these books quickly. Lin Meng opened his eyes from the feeling, and murmured. Walking up the mountain of books, Lin Meng reached out and took apart a book box that was packed and stacked together. Pick up a medical book from it, open the color of knowledge and read quickly. In just 10 seconds, the knowledge information in this medical book was read by Lin Meng and entered into his mind. In 10 seconds, a medical book can be read. This efficiency is too high. Lin Meng said to himself with a smile. Then, Lin Meng looked at the box of books that had been dismantled, keep picking up books from it, and quickly read the medical knowledge in it under the color of knowledge and fast reading. Read thousands of books in a row. Even Lin Meng couldn't help but feel his head swell slightly at this moment. Stop reading. Lin Meng planned to eat something first and rest for a while. So, he drove a fishing boat, caught a few big fish at sea, grilled them and ate them. Sitting by the mountain of books next to the wooden house, Lin Meng patted his stomach that had already digested the food. His eyes continued to look at the mountain of books piled up like a hill, and he couldn't help but fall into deep thought. Although with knowledge and knowledge fast reading, the speed of reading books is very fast now. But Lin Meng found that in a short period of time, a large amount of book knowledge filled his mind, and his brain was a bit overwhelmed. Brain, spirit. Suddenly, Lin Meng's thoughts moved, and he realized something in his heart. Essence, energy, and spirit. Now, I have mastered the origin chi of Haki, which is considered to be the chi in the human body in the world of pirates. Whether it's the immortal thief of Laihoku, or the return of life just realized, they all belong to the ability to improve the body and physique, and belong to the essence of the spirit. In fact, source chi can also strengthen and improve the body, essence, and energy, and the connection between essence and chi is very close. God is the spiritual will of man and the power that represents the soul. Essence, energy, and spirit. Among the three, my energy and energy have been greatly improved, but in terms of spirit, I have somewhat neglected it. Looking back on his own practice, Lin Meng realized that there are still flaws in it, and he couldn't help thinking, I need to create a method that can exercise and improve my spirit. It's best to accumulate learning and knowledge and add it to the exercise of mental power. After thinking for a while, Lin Meng looked at the mountain of books in front of him, and already had an idea in his heart. He closed his eyes, and fell into a state of comprehension. You perceive your own spiritual power, combine relevant brain and medical knowledge, past life memory palace memory method, and many other wonderful ideas, you have an epiphany, and you create the soul library refining method. Soul library refining method, you can temper and improve the quality of your spiritual power by sketching and visualizing the soul library in your mind. At the same time, you can master more knowledge through learning, and temper it into a soul book and store it in your soul library. The more books there are to record knowledge in the library, the stronger your spiritual power will be. Created a method to improve spiritual power. Lin Meng's face was filled with joy, after realizing the magic method of Fan Soul Library. He immediately sat down cross-legged, closed his eyes and began to try to visualize a soul library in his mind. As Lin Meng outlines with mental power little by little, he could perceive that in the spiritual realm of the brain, an illusory and crude library was gradually formed. Although now, this soul library seems very illusory and simple. But as long as Lin Meng persists in exercising, with the improvement of spiritual power, the soul library will become more and more solid and brilliant. At the same time, the condensed and brilliant soul library will also temper Lin Meng's spiritual power even stronger. Between the two, mutual achievement. At the same time, Lin Meng can also quickly improve his spiritual power by learning more knowledge, tempering it into a soul book and storing it in the soul library. The knowledge in the mind is tempered into a soul book, which is only a change in the form of knowledge. The knowledge that Lin Meng originally possessed is still there. And storing the soul books in the soul library can also better organize and classify the knowledge in Lin Meng's mind. Now, there is a mountain of books in front of Lin Meng. As long as all the knowledge of Yamanaka in this book is tempered into a soul book and stored in the soul library, Lin Meng's spiritual power will definitely be greatly improved. Therefore, in order to be able to improve the mental power as soon as possible, Lin Meng cut down most of the time besides normal exercise, and used it to read books and temper the soul books. A week later. It's finally over. The color of knowledge quick reading, quickly extract the knowledge in the last book of medical skills. Then Lin Meng closed his eyes, tempered the new knowledge gained in his mind into a soul book, and stored it in the soul library. At this moment, in the spiritual realm of Lin Meng's brain, the original simple soul library has become solid and brilliant. And the interior of the originally empty soul library was filled with a large number of soul books. Correspondingly, Lin Meng's spiritual power has also been greatly improved. Compared with a week ago. Not only has the spiritual power increased by more than 100 times in terms of quantity, and in terms of quality, it has been tempered from the original illusory gaseous state to a solidified liquid state. Lin Meng opened his eyes and exhaled. He put down the book in his hand, stood up, and stretched his body. Take a break. Lin Meng started to process the messy Haki power that appeared after this time, floating around his body. These messy Haki powers are all fed back through the power of the contract. During this time, the Conqueror's Haki practice method should be spread among the revolutionary army. The Haki power of the feedback is gradually increasing. However, the Haki power of these feedbacks is not only messy, but also of variable quality. It must be refined and purified before I can absorb it. Exactly, munch fruit should be able to help me. Lin Meng felt the messy Haki power floating and condensed around his body, and thought in his heart. Then, he took out the munch fruit, and analyzed the ability information in it through knowledge and color perception. You have deeply analyzed the ability of munch fruit, you have learned a lot of knowledge and information about phagocytosis, and you have created the phagocytosis purification technique. Phagocytosis purification technique, it can remove impurities, compress, and purify the swallowed things. Chapter 21. Phagocytosis and Purification. Lin Meng slowly opened his eyes from the feeling. With a thought. Promote phagocytosis. In front of him, a black hole like the mouth of a bowl formed. The messy Haki floating around Lin Meng's body was swallowed and absorbed by the black hole at the mouth of the bowl. After a while, the clutter Haki gathered around Lin Meng dissipated. And the black hole at the mouth of the bowl in front of him also stopped absorbing, and started to spin, purifying the messy Haki that had just been swallowed. Soon, the bowl mouth black hole will purify the chaotic Haki. The black hole at the mouth of the bowl begins to invert. At the same time, a pure Haki power flowed out from it and fed back to Lin Meng. Lin Meng perceives this pure Haki power, there is indeed no trace of impurities, and the purity is already comparable to the root of Haki in his body. Therefore, Lin Meng used Life Return and Lihoko Immortal Thief to digest and absorb this pure Haki power. After a while, when this pure Haki power is fully digested and absorbed, Lin Meng opened his eyes flashed brightly, and he said joyfully, Generation Chi has actually increased by 1, and it has reached 97. The upper limit of humans in One Piece world is 100 sources of energy. When the amount of source gas reaches 90 parts, the growth will be very slow. Even if Lin Meng has Lihoko Immortal Thieves to digest and absorb, it will take a week or two, or even more time, to increase the amount of one serving. But now, only by purifying and absorbing the chaotic Haki power fed back by the Haki cultivation method created by the Revolutionary Army during this period of time through the force of the contract, the amount of source energy has actually increased by 1. It seems that the idea of distributing martial arts in the world and gathering the power of all beings to practice for me is feasible, and there is no problem. Lin Meng thought to himself. However, this alone is not enough. A corresponding method is also needed to make full use of the power of the crowd. Soon, Lin Meng thought. He stared at the spinning bowl-mouthed black hole. With the knowledge about phagocytosis obtained from the analysis of munch fruit, perhaps, I can refer to the ruthless female empress's heaven-swallowing devil art in the fantasy novels of the previous life as a template, and then integrate my current practice system to create a method that can transform again and again, so as to constantly break through the limit and obtain longevity. In Lin Meng's mind, he kept recalling the contents of the anime novels he had read in his previous life, and soon he had a general idea. The bottleneck that Lin Meng is currently encountering is that the source of energy is about to reach 100 copies, which is the upper limit of human beings in pirate world. If this upper limit is so easy to break through. In the world of pirates, among the many emperor-level powerhouses in the past 800 years, some people have already broken through. After all, in most of the normal world, humans have limits. It is not so easy to break the upper limit of human life in a world. Therefore, Lin Meng thought of the experience of the amazingly talented and ruthless empress in the novels she read in her previous life. This ruthless female emperor, by devouring various sources, completed transformations time after time, growing from a practiced waste body to the most powerful emperor in the world. Moreover, even in that era when immortality was impossible, the old tires were shed again and again, and the 9th generation became a fairy in the world of mortals. The experience of the ruthless empress, combined with the large amount of knowledge about phagocytosis obtained by Lin Meng from the analysis of munch fruit, and through the feedback of the power of the contract in the Haki practice method, the practice power that can be obtained continuously. Lin Meng realized that the conditions were ripe for him to create the immortality in One Piece world. Swallowing relevant knowledge accumulation is still not enough. I still need to analyze and understand munch fruit. Lin Meng calmed down, in order to ensure that the creation of the longevity method was foolproof. He picked up the munch fruit again, and began to comprehend and analyze, in order to obtain more knowledge about devouring. You have deeply analyzed the ability of munch fruit, you have learned a lot of knowledge about phagocytosis, and your phagocytosis related knowledge has reached the master level. You have deeply analyzed the ability of munch fruit for a long time, and your accumulated knowledge about devouring has achieved a qualitative change, and you have comprehended the devouring law of pirate world, 1%. 3 days passed in a flash. Lin Meng put down the munch fruit in his hand and woke up from a deep feeling. This is the first time for him to have such a deep understanding of the power of a devil fruit. Of course, this time I gained a lot of insight and gained a lot. Lin Meng directly understood the munch fruit through analysis, and touched the devouring law of the pirate world. This is a kind of deep-seated power formed by the pirate world. Lin Meng didn't know the name when he first came into contact with it, but at that time, his thoughts moved, and he named this deep-seated power the law. At that moment, there was a sense that the Dao had no name, and the strong name was called Tao. It is enough to devour relevant knowledge accumulation now. Lin Meng whispered and put away the munch fruit. Now, everything is ready for the creation of the longevity method. But Lin Meng did not act immediately. He stood up, walked outside the wooden house, and stretched his muscles. Then, he drove the fishing boat and caught a few big fish. Call Kuina and join her for a grilled fish meal. He also instructed Kuina to practice. Then I took Kuina to walk around the small island where Shimotsuki Village is located to relax. On the way, I met Zoro who was in the forest, pushing boulders, exercising his body and swordsmanship. Lin Meng stepped forward, pointed out Zoro, and also mentioned the 3 swords style. In the next few days, Lin Meng has been relaxing and adjusting his state. A week later. It's time. After feeling that he was in the best condition, Lin Meng sat cross-legged beside the wooden house, closed his eyes and entered into a deep understanding. Body, flesh and blood, meridians, internal organs, 6 internal organs, hormones. Lyoku immortal thief, return of life. These are the strengths of the body and physique, which belong to the essence of the spirit and spirit. Knowledge color, armed color, conquerors. Origin chi of Haki roots. These are the spirits of the spirit. Spirit, consciousness, soul. Soul library alchemy, soul books. These are gods and spirit. Lin Meng's perception ranges from body skin to internal organs, then to conquerors Haki, and finally to the brain and spiritual realm. From the outside to the inside, one by one detailed perception. Lin Meng was sorting out his own practice achievements and knowledge. Just after perceiving the solid and brilliant soul library in the spiritual realm of the brain. Moment. In his spiritual domain, in the resplendent soul library, countless soul books that record knowledge are automatically opened and silently flipped through. At this moment, since Lin Meng practiced, the knowledge he has learned and gained is flowing in his mind. At this moment, Lin Meng was completely immersed in the creation of the longevity method. You have integrated your own practice system, combined with your understanding of body, Haki, and spirit, as well as knowledge related to devouring and heaven-swallowing demon art. Chapter 22. It's done. Lin Meng was overjoyed. Immediately afterwards, he realized the 9 transformations longevity method. In fact, when Lin Meng first realized and created the longevity method, he originally planned to directly name it Swallowing Heaven Demon Art. However, Lin Meng immediately felt that the longevity method he created, although he referred to some principles similar to the heaven-swallowing demon art. But the more notable feature of this longevity method is that by obtaining and accumulating enough cultivation resources to complete transformations one after another, after completing 9 transformations, Lin Meng will naturally reach the level of immortality. So, in the end Lin Meng named this longevity method as the 9 transformations longevity method. This will be the foundational method of his future practice. After Lin Meng comprehended the 9-turn longevity method, he immediately began to practice the 9-turn longevity method. The original Lihoko Immortal Thief and Life Return have been integrated into the 9-turn longevity method. With the 9 transformations of longevity running in his body, Lin Meng could feel the obvious difference. The 9-turn longevity method only works in his body, and it circulates for a week. Lin Meng sensed that the origin chi of the Haki root in his body had reached saturation. That is to say, the origin gas has reached 100 parts, reaching the upper limit of human life in the world of pirates. Of course, this is also the reason why Lin Meng's physical foundation is good. According to the 9-turn longevity method I created, I have now reached the limit of 1 turn, which is the limit of human life in the pirate world. Break through this limit, and you will be able to reach the realm of the 9-turn longevity method in the 2nd turn. However, compared to before, I don't know at all how to break through the limit of human life. Now that I have the 9-turn longevity method, I only need to accumulate and store enough cultivation resources for breakthroughs, and then use these cultivation resources to complete the life level. Transformation, that's all. Lin Meng's eyes flickered, and he muttered. With Lin Meng's thought, the 9 transformations of longevity began to work. At the same time, floating above his head, a phantom of a sapphire bottle appeared. This phantom of the sapphire bottle is constantly devouring the Haki energy fed back through the power of the Haki practice contract. These devoured Haki energy will be hammered and purified by the sapphire bottle into pure original energy and stored. And the name of this sapphire bottle is Deo Aquarius. It was created by Lin Meng with reference to the engraving of the ruthless Empress Deo Aquarius, and it is a secret technique that assists the 9-turn longevity method. In addition to swallowing Haki energy, the Deo Aquarius can also swallow the life energy obtained through eating, and temper it into source energy. The devouring purification technique that Lin Meng realized before, as well as the related abilities of the Lihoko Immortal Thief, were also integrated into the Deo vase. When the original energy stored in the aquarium of the Great Way is sufficient, it is possible to use this original energy to carry out a life-level transformation and break through the current limit of human life. Right now, the Deo Aquarius has just begun to accumulate the original energy, and when the accumulated original energy reaches 100%, it can transform and break through. Lin Meng sensed the situation in the lower avenue vase, and muttered to himself with a smile on his face. After completing the creation of the longevity method, Lin Meng felt extremely comfortable physically and mentally. Standing up from the ground, Lin Meng moved his limbs, feeling the surging force in his limbs. Today, his physical fitness has reached the limit of human life in the current pirate world. Even though Lin Meng looks like he is only about 10 years old, but the powerful power contained in his body is enough to destroy a country, and a full blow can sink an island. This is pirate world, the embodiment of ceiling-level combat power. Feeling the power of the explosion in his body, Lin Meng couldn't help shouting towards the sea. Then, with a cheerful smile on his face, he ran towards the sea. Boom! There was a loud bang. I saw Lin Meng wave towards the sea surface casually, and the sea surface exploded immediately. Lin Meng, who was extremely energetic, poured his strength directly and casually at the sea. Boom! 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 A series of exploding sounds echoed across the sea. Lin Meng looks very excited. In the woods not far from Lin Meng's cabin, Kuina, who practiced swordsmanship, heard the sound and couldn't help but look, and found Lin Meng excitedly frying fish by the sea. It was the first time she saw Lin Meng so excited and playful, and she couldn't help smiling. This sound. That's Lin Meng, he's become stronger again. That feeling, even for Whitebeard, isn't it? Shimotsuki Village, Yixin Dojo. The figure of Shimotsuki Kojiro appeared on the roof of the dojo, his eyes were looking at the direction of the beach, and after sensing Lin Meng's breath, he couldn't help but feel emotional. In the early years, Shimotsuki Kojiro traveled the Grand Line, saw and felt the power of Whitebeard. But now, in his perception, Lin Meng's sense of danger to him has far surpassed that of Whitebeard. The power is too overwhelming, you need to get used to it. By the beach, after venting for a while, Lin Meng feels refreshed all over. After calming down, he felt the still vigorous energy in his body and thought in his heart. So, Lin Meng watched the tide of the sea and felt it. You feel the tide of the sea, you have a feeling, you realize how light you are. After a while, Lin Meng opened his eyes. At this time, not only can he fully grasp the current formidable strength, but at the same time he can handle it with ease. Evening. Beside the cabin, Lin Meng eats grilled fish with Kuina. After taking a bite of the grilled fish, Lin Meng looked up, glanced at the cabin, and then turned to look in the direction of Shimotsuki Village and Yixin Dojo. After a while, Lin Meng looked away and said softly, "It's time to leave." "Lin Meng, are you leaving?" Hearing Lin Meng's whisper, Kuina quickly swallowed a few mouthfuls, ate the grilled fish, and then asked. "Yeah, Kuina, do you want to come with me?" Lin Meng asked with a smile. Now his strength has reached the upper limit of human life in pirate world. If you want to break through again, you can only wait for the original energy in the vase of the Deo to be full before you can transform your life. The original energy accumulated in the Deo Aquarius is tempered and purified by devouring Haki energy or life energy. Haki energy, through the spread of Haki practice, allows more people to practice, and then feeds back in the form of a contract. And life energy can only rely on food, mainly meat. Of course, it is also possible to directly use the treasure bottle of the Great Way to directly devour complete flesh and blood life. Lin Meng calculated and compared. At the current stage, if you swallow the flesh and blood life directly through the Deo Aquarius and temper and purify the original energy, it is more efficient than the Haki energy fed back through the Haki practice method. Today, the size and quantity of big fish in the waters near Shimotsuki Village can no longer meet Lin Meng's needs. So, Lin Meng intends to leave Shimotsuki Village, go to the calm belt, and hunt the sea kings. Well, I'm with you. Kuina didn't hesitate kite. Haha, that's good, we'll be together then. Lin Meng nodded. Kuina asked, when are you leaving? It's not in a hurry yet, wait until I forge a suitable saber. Lin Meng said with a smile. With the improvement of his strength, Lin Meng feels that he no longer has the good fast knife he bought casually. So he plans to learn forging, and then forge a sword that suits his wishes. Chapter 23. Lin Meng, if you want to learn forging, I can let my grandfather teach you. Hearing that Lin Meng wanted to forge his own sword, Kuina's eyes lit up and said. Your grandfather? Still alive? Lin Meng looked at Kuina in doubt. If you guessed right, Kuina's grandfather should be Shimotsuki Kozaburo. This is a very powerful swordsmith. He forged the Dei character and Yan Mo of the 21 crafts of the big fast knife. Lin Meng always thought he was dead. Of course he's still alive. That's right, my grandfather has been living in seclusion in the woods on the mountain behind the dojo, and you have never seen him before. Kuina said. Okay then, I'll leave it to you Kuina. Lin Meng didn't refuse either, and said to Kuina. Give it to me. Kuina is very happy to be able to help Lin Meng. The next day, Lin Meng followed Kuina to the forest behind the Yixin dojo. Walking through a narrow stone road, a house made of stones appeared in his sight. The chimney of the house is still blowing smoke and fire towards the outside. Here we are. Kuina said, pointing to the house. Lin Meng nodded and followed Kuina in. Inside the house, an old man smoking a cigarette was sitting on a stone chair, seeing Kuina with a kind smile on his face. Then he looked at Lin Meng who was following Kuina, took a puff of cigarette, and said, Little Kuina, this is the kid, do you want to learn forging? Yes, grandfather, you promised me last night. Kuina stepped forward, pulled Shimotsuki by the shoulder, and said. Yes, yes, I promise you, I will teach him forging with all my heart. Shimotsuki Kozaburo said with a smile. Boy, your name is Lin Meng, and you are the apprentice of that kid Kojiro. Shimotsuki Kozaburo looked at Lin Meng and said. Yes, master, I'm in trouble. Lin Meng nodded. Oh, don't worry, I thought the old man would go into the coffin with his forging skill. Now that you want to learn, I'll demonstrate it to you. You can watch it attentively and ask questions if you don't understand. How much you can learn is up to you. Shimotsuki Kozaburo said, then got up from the stone chair, walked to the side of the forging furnace, picked up the hammer, took out the red-hot iron material, and forged it. Although Kozaburo looks very old, when he picks up the hammer and swings it, he still looks full of strength. Lin Meng understood that Kozaburo was showing him the process and skills of forging swords. Immediately concentrate on observing and perceiving, not letting go of any details. Kuina stayed aside, looked at it for a while, and walked out quietly after losing interest. You observed and studied the process of forging swords by a master swordsman, you have learned something, you have learned advanced forging techniques. You observed and studied the process of forging a sword by a master swordsmith, you have realized something, you have comprehended the master forging technique. During the process of observing and learning forging, you felt the rhythm of the hammer striking, and you recalled some hammering information in your mind, and you comprehended the chaotic wind hammering method. Chaotic cloaking wind hammer method, the casting technique of continuous knocking and casting can fully exert its power by using force. It is the strongest casting technique to remove metal impurities. After practicing to ultimate, it can be used uninterruptedly. With each hammer, the power of each hammer will increase compared with the previous hammer. It's done, the wind hammer method combined with the comprehended master-level blacksmithing technique is enough. Lin Meng murmured. During the process of observing Kojiro forging, Lin Meng quickly comprehended the forging technique. At the same time, he also thought of using skills on the power of the hammer during forging, so he created the random cloak wind hammer method with the forging technique by the way. Learned blacksmithing from Shimotsuki Kojiro. Lin Meng began to prepare to forge a saber that suits him. Before that, he also tried forging several times to accumulate experience. Among them, using ordinary iron materials, Lin Meng forged 3 Liangku Ideo 50 class famous knives. One for Kuina and one for Zoro. And after having several experiences of actually forging famous knives, Lin Meng began to forge the sword he wanted. Unlike One Piece World, the single-edged sword used by most swordsmen is different, the saber that Lin Meng thinks of is a double-edged sword, a sword in the style of the Han sword in the previous life. Moreover, this sword must at least reach the 21 level of Deku Ideo. It is best to forge a sword that has reached the level of the Supreme Great Ku Ideo 12 craftsmanship. Therefore, in addition to the forging technology, the iron material for forging must be advanced. Lin Meng asked Long directly for some high-grade iron materials. With the travel express of the Tyrant Bear, the high-grade iron materials are complete in less than 3 days. After preparing the high-grade iron material for forging, Lin Meng immersed himself in the forging of the saber. With enough experience, coupled with master-level forging technology and chaotic wind hammer method. With no doubt, Lin Meng succeeded once, forging a sword with 12 levels of craftsmanship. Seeing the sword flashing coldly in front of him, Lin Meng picked it up excitedly and swung it a few times. Not bad, very handy. Lin Meng nodded in satisfaction, then looked at the double-edged Han sword, thought for a while and said, this sword will be called Zhanlong from now on. Give the newly forged supreme sword a name. Lin Meng held Zhanlong happily, walked out of the forging room, and practiced swordsmanship in the open space outside. Lin Meng, this is the saber you forged. What level has it reached? The 12 crafts of the supreme sword. Kuina watched Lin Meng practice swordsmanship, stepped forward and asked curiously. Well, Kuina, you guessed it right. Lin Meng smiled. Kuina smiled and liked Lin Meng's compliment very much. Now the saber is also forged. Shimotsuki Village has made it difficult for me to grow. It is indeed time to leave. He also used good wood to make a scabbard for the dragon-killing sword. After wearing the dragon-killing sword, Lin Meng brought Kuina to the Yixin dojo, looking back at Shimotsuki Village, thinking in his heart. Then with Kuina, go into the Yixin dojo and find Shimotsuki Kojiro. Lin Meng, Kuina, what can you do? Shimotsuki Kojiro seemed to feel something, and looked at Lin Meng and Kuina who came to him together. Teacher, I plan to go to sea, and Kuina will also be with me. Lin Meng directly explained the purpose of coming. Father, I want to be with Lin Meng. Kuina also said. Okay. Shimotsuki Kojiro had expected it in his heart, so he didn't refuse. He is very confident about Lin Meng's strength, and during this time, with the help of Lin Meng, Kuina's strength has also improved rapidly. So don't worry about Kuina's safety. Shimotsuki Kojiro looked at Kuina and said, Kuina, don't be confused, I believe you can achieve your dreams. Before that, Kojiro had always regretted hurting Kuina with his inadvertent words. However, he was very relieved to see that with the help of Lin Meng, Kuina not only recovered, but also found a goal to fight for. At the same time, I am very satisfied with Lin Meng. Father. Kuina said emotionally. Lin Meng smiled and patted Kuina on the shoulder. Then he took out a book and handed it to Shimotsuki Kojiro. This is. Shimotsuki Kojiro looked at the book in his hand. Lin Meng smiled and said, Teacher, this book records the Haki martial art I created. Chapter 24. Haki Budo. Hearing Lin Meng's name, Shimotsuki Kojiro narrowed his eyes and flashed thoughtfully. This is what I created by researching and integrating the knowledge of conquerors' Haki, gymnastics, and medical skills. Lin Meng explained, Haki martial arts is a step-by-step method to practice Haki and strengthen your body. Practice Haki martial arts, it is more reasonable to awaken knowledge color, armed color, and conquerors one by one while strengthening the body. At the same time, I also give a clear division of the different stages of strength when practicing Haki martial arts. It is divided into 5 levels, fighting 10, breaking 1,000, fighting 10,000, destroying a city, and destroying an island. Dushi level is, just started to practice Haki martial arts, awakened knowledge color or armed color, one of the 2 kinds of Haki, can fight against 10 elite naval soldiers of naval headquarters. Breaking 1,000, mastering knowledge and armed skills at the same time, and physical strength can face the strength of 1,000 or more elite sailors. Millions of enemies, awaken the conqueror's Haki, master the conqueror's Haki, and be able to fight against elite sea soldiers with 1 enemy against 10,000. As for destroying the city, as the name suggests, at this level, the strength is enough to destroy the city. Destroying the island is the strength of a strong man who can easily destroy the island after the strength is unfolded. It is equivalent to Marine Admiral, the Pirate Emperor. Lin Meng roughly talked about his division of strength in Haki Budo. In One Piece world, the division of the strength of the strong, except for the apex general level, other levels are greatly blurred. Therefore, during the period of casting swords, Lin Meng took the time to create Haki Budo, and roughly divided his strength. Haki Budo is Lin Meng's summary of Conqueror's Haki and Taijutsu. Of course, the Haki Budo he took out is the general version, that is, the 50-50 split version. Fighting 10, breaking 1,000, fighting 10,000, destroying a city, destroying an island, these are really the divisions of images. Shimotsuki Kojiro said with a smile. Yes, teacher, your strength should reach the level of destroying the island. Lin Meng looked at Shimotsuki Kojiro and said. Shimotsuki Kojiro smiled modestly, haha, it probably hasn't arrived yet. According to your division, it's almost destroyed the city level. Lin Meng shrugged and smiled, but did not refute. Then, Lin Meng, you handed me this Haki martial arts book, you shouldn't ask me to keep it. What are you going to do? At this time, Shimotsuki Kojiro glanced at the Haki martial arts book in his hand, and looked up at Lin Meng seriously. His strength is already at the level of a great swordsman, and now he lives in seclusion in Shimotsuki Village, and he does not need to make a move under normal circumstances. And now, Lin Meng handed over this Haki Budo to him, it must not be as simple as letting him keep it. Teacher, in the future, I am going to do a big thing. This thing will definitely shock the world, and even bring about a big change in the whole world. Lin Meng said seriously, Shimotsuki Village will definitely be affected by me. After all, this is my hometown where I was born and raised. I don't want my hometown to be destroyed. I hope that the teacher can also practice Haki martial arts to improve his strength, and at the same time, he can gradually spread Haki martial arts to people in the entire Shimotsuki village. After speaking, Lin Meng looked at Shimotsuki Kojiro. Yes. Shimotsuki Kojiro was silent for a moment, and said, Lin Meng, I don't ask you what you want to do in the future, as long as you have no shame in your heart. Lin Meng nodded, I understand. Make arrangements before and after you leave. Lin Meng walked out of the Yixin dojo alone with a relaxed body. Brother Lin Meng, are you going to see? Outside Yixin dojo, Zoro looked at Lin Meng and asked. Yes, Zoro. Brother Lin Meng, I also want to go to see. Zoro said. Lin Meng said with a smile, you can't even beat Kuina, your strength is too weak, and the outside is too dangerous. Humph, when I'm strong enough, I'll go to sea to find you. Zoro said with clenched fists. Well, I'll wait for you on the sea. Lin Meng responded. 3 days passed in a blink of an eye. Lin Meng obtained a sturdy sailboat through the relationship of the Revolutionary Army. This time, he is going to the Calm Belt to hunt sea kings, so he needs a sturdy boat. After filling the storage room on the sailboat with supplies, Lin Meng took Kuina onto the sailboat. On the shore, Shimotsuki Kojiro and Zoro came to see him off. Goodbye. Father, goodbye Zoro. The sailboat started, Lin Meng and Kuina stood on the deck of the sailboat and waved goodbye to Shimotsuki Kojiro and Zoro. Brother Lin Meng, goodbye, Kuina, see you next time, I will definitely defeat you. Zoro shouted. The dragon goes out to sea, and the dragon sings for 9 days. Shimotsuki Kojiro squinted and watched the sailboat go away, sighing in his heart. Lin Meng, where are we going next? Kuina asked. Lin Meng sighed, go directly to Calm Belt, the ship ahead will take us there. Kuina nodded. She has no idea where to go, as long as she can follow Lin Meng. So the sailboat followed the boat ahead and sailed. The boat ahead was sent by Long to lead Lin Meng. During this time, with the Haki practice acquired from Lin Meng's trade, the strength of the Revolutionary Army grew rapidly. As the leader of the Revolutionary Army, Monkey D. Dragon has a lot to deal with and is always busy. However, after hearing Lin Meng's request through the phone bug, Long directly postponed all the original things in advance and prioritized the things Lin Meng requested. Although Lin Meng did not agree to join the Revolutionary Army, in Long's view, Lin Meng is still the most important friend and ally of the Revolutionary Army. So it took only 3 days to arrange not only a sailboat for Lin Meng, but also a guide to Calm Belt. Mr. Lin Meng, Calm Belt is ahead. This uninhabited island is right on the edge of Calm Belt and can be used as a place to stop and rest. In the future, every month, we will have ships passing by here to replenish supplies. If you need anything, you can also tell us. Next to Calm Belt, on an uninhabited island, a Revolutionary Army cadre said to Lin Meng. Okay, thank you very much. Lin Meng said. The Revolutionary Army cadre nodded, then bid farewell to Lin Meng and left. Lin Meng, what are we doing here? Kuina looked at the desolate island and asked curiously. For a while, I'm going to hunt sea kings. Lin Meng said, then looked at Kuina, and said, it's just right, I will also help you practice hard, and you will be strong enough to deal with the enemy in the future. Good. Hearing that Lin Meng wanted to help her practice, Kuina said happily. So, in the following days, Lin Meng taught Kuina to practice while sailing to Calm Belt to hunt sea kings. Sea kings are huge in size, but they also have great strength. But this is for ordinary people. For Lin Meng, whose strength has reached the ceiling level, hunting sea kings is very simple. Moreover, the huge size of sea kings means that the life energy contained in its flesh and blood is also more abundant. Lin Meng could feel that every time the Aquarius of the Great Way devoured a sea kings, it could temper and purify a lot of original abilities. 2.5 years, fleeting. 2.5 years. The original energy accumulated in the Dao Aquarius is enough, and I can finally prepare for life transformation and break through the limit. Lin Meng was very excited when he sensed the aquarium of the Great Way that was full of original energy hanging above his head. Chapter 25. Now. Lin Meng sat cross-legged on the island alone. The treasure vase of the Great Dao is suspended above his head, mysterious and unfathomable. Call. Lin Meng took a breath and adjusted his state. Then, prepare for the transformation of life and complete the breakthrough of the limit. Closing his eyes, Lin Meng performed the 9-turn longevity method. As the 9 transformations of longevity circulated in his body, Lin Meng's exhalation and inhalation began to become long and inexplicable. When the 9 transformations of longevity method completes a big cycle. I see. The great avenue vase suspended above Lin Meng's head began to tilt. After 2.5 years, the pure original energy accumulated in the treasure bottle of Dao poured down from the mouth of the bottle. Along the top of Lin Meng's head, it flowed into his body. Ah! When the top of Lin Meng's head touched the original energy, a sense of refreshment instantly spread throughout Lin Meng's body, and he moaned involuntarily. Immediately afterwards, Lin Meng entered a deep understanding. With the pouring of the original energy in the aquarium of the Dao, Lin Meng's body is nourished by the original energy, and it is changing from the inside to the outside, from the outside to the inside. From cells to flesh and blood, from the internal organs to the 6 internal organs, from the bones to the meridians, everything is changing, just like the old shell is shed. In Lin Meng's body, the origin chi that had already reached the limit of 100 parts began to grow again, and the speed of growth became faster and faster. Soon, the amount of source energy exceeded 1,000. Then, these source chi condensed in Lin Meng's body, turning into liquid and flowing. The liquid source gas, under the traction of the 9-turn longevity method, gathered, condensed into a sphere, and began to solidify. The spiritual realm of the brain, the resplendent soul library, is constantly tempered and solidified under the nourishment of the original energy. At this moment, Lin Meng's spirit, and 3 domains are all changing. Here we go. It must be successful. On the water next to the island, Kuina, who was standing on the deck of the sailboat, looked at Lin Meng sitting cross-legged on the island, and could not help praying. Sudden. The sky above the small island where Lin Meng sat cross-legged suddenly changed color. The next moment, a terrifying and powerful aura emanated from Lin Meng. Impact the cloud and mist above. The clouds and mist in the sky, affected by Lin Meng's life transformation and breaking through the limit, were infected by this force into purple, stretching for thousands of miles. Immediately afterwards, Lin Meng jumped up and screamed to the sky. He broke through. He completed the transformation of life and broke through the limit of human life. The 9-turn longevity method has entered the second turn. Just when Lin Meng broke through the limit, distributed all over the world of pirates, the powerhouses with the strength of generals seemed to feel it. Red line, Holy Land Marie Joyce, in the depths of Pangu City, on the Void Throne, a tall figure suddenly opened his eyes, looking in the direction of East Blue cautiously. The second half of the Grand Line, the Whitebeard pirates, aboard Moby DK, Whitebeard, who was lying on a chair with a drip on and drinking wine, suddenly stopped and put down the jug, and looked in the direction of East Blue with serious eyes. Father, what's the matter? Pineapple Head Marco asked. My knowledge tells me that in East Blue, something big that can change the world happened. Whitebeard thought for a moment and said. Whitebeard doesn't really know what's going on. But there is a hunch that in a corner that East Blue doesn't know about, a major event that can change the world is happening. Red Hair Pirates, on Red Force, Shanks, who was laughing and drinking with the crew, suddenly lost his laughter, held his wine glass, and looked towards East Blue. Shanks, do you feel it too? Ben Beckman looked at Shanks with a cigarette in his hand. Well, something big happened in East Blue, it's so strange, East Blue is so far away, what happened so that we can all feel it? Shanks was puzzled. Why don't you go to East Blue? I haven't been to East Blue for such a long time. Yasop said. Come on, let's set sail, brothers. Shanks nodded and said to the crew. Wano Kuni, Ghost Island. Where's Master Kaido? Master Kaido turned into a dragon and flew away. Cake Island. Big Mom Pirates. Mama, Mama. Katakuri, take someone to East Blue to find out what happened. The ant who was eating dessert looked at Katakuri and said. Okay, Mom, said Katakuri Kaide, a tall man with a white scarf. Marine Ford, Naval Headquarters. In the Marine Marshal's room, Sengoku and Garp, who were bragging and playing, stopped suddenly. Garp, it's East Blue. Sengoku, I feel it, alas, I don't know what happened, whether it's good or bad. Garp said with an inexplicable expression after eating a senbei. Beto Island, Baldigo, the base of the Revolutionary Army. Monkey D. Dragon, who was reviewing the development of the Revolutionary Army, suddenly paused, looked through the window, and looked in the direction of East Blue. Should it be Lin Meng? I don't know what he did again, but somehow, even from such a distance, I can feel it. According to Long's understanding, Lin Meng is the only one who can make big things happen in East Blue. Because of Lin Meng's breakthrough, the whole world of pirates suddenly became turbulent. The top powerhouses sensed that something big happened in East Blue, and either sent their men to investigate, or went there in person. And those who are not strong enough can only follow the trend. Breakthrough. Ha 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 ha. Lin Meng stood in the air, feeling the physical condition after the breakthrough, and laughed heartily. At this moment, in his perception, the body has completed its transformation, like a newborn, full of unimaginable vitality and strength. Lin Meng can feel that his lifespan is definitely more than 1,000 years now. And, with his current physical strength alone, Lin Meng feels like he can beat 100 times his pre-breakthrough self. In addition, in Lin Meng's perception, the source chi in his body solidified into a source pill at the dantian of his abdomen. The source gas, from the original gaseous state, condensed into a liquid state, and now with the breakthrough, it is solidified into a pill. At the same time, the same amount of Yuan Dan's power is hundreds of times that of the previous Yuan Qi. In Lin Meng's brain and spiritual realm, the soul library is brand new and bright, repressed in his spiritual ocean, and constantly helping him to temper his spiritual power. Once a breakthrough is made, all the energy and spirit will enter a new field. After a while, after calming down the excitement, Lin Meng appeared on the deck of the sailboat in a flash. Lin Meng, congratulations, you finally broke through. Seeing Lin Meng, Kuina congratulated. Haha, yes, finally broke through. Lin Meng smiled comfortably. Lin Meng, what is your strength now? Kuina looked at Lin Meng very curiously and asked. Well, to what extent? Lin Meng pondered for a moment, raised his right palm and said, almost, like Marine Admiral, I can hold one.